reviewing that show. We review that show. And if we think we can, we can still view that show. All the people be trying to view like us, but you know they can. It's Marty, and that's it.
Oh my God, one thing, dog, like when you go on like an excursion, like what I went on recently, coming back to reality is never fucking fun. It's like, dog, I was in California dreading coming home, son. I don't want to come home. I don't want to come home to this, to back to just the 9 to 5 and the same grind. Yeah. That was like, it's like tasting your dream and then it being snatched right from that ass.
Well, you know, it's just a taste.
Yes, I mean, it's so often that's really how, until you're on, that's really what a lot of it is. You get a taste and then you're back to reality again. You get a taste and then you're back to reality again. It's like, bro,
do you find it like a motivator? Like, oh shit, this is what it'll be like. Time to get back to real world.
Dog,
but eventually we'll get back there again.
I mean, it's just a frustrating motivator. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I'm trying to find a way to ask it that way, but
you know what I mean?
That was
like,
my question.
Imagine working on a film for 2 months. You ain't going to your day job for 2 months. You know what I'm saying? You just going to the set. You just doing that. You're an actor. Then the movie over. And you know you made some money and shit, but it's like you ain't make enough to quit your day job fully.
Still got bills.
So you go back to your day job to the rigmarole, and it's like, damn, I'm a muggle. But I'm not really a muggle.
Not really.
But I gotta live this muggle life.
I gotta live this pretend muggle life.
Even though I know wizardry. And I was just doing all kind of magical things. We're back to this muggle shit, dog. And it's just like,
cool, man. Look, once you learn how to open up the flower and, you walking on water for tips and stuff, you know.
Wait, where that's from, bitch? Wait a minute. I'm not walking on water for tips. Wait a minute. Oh, it's Terrence Howard. It's Terrence Howard. When you open up the flower, you know what I mean?
You open up the flower, probably, you know.
You know you don't be walking on water tips anymore, man.
Oh, yeah.
You ain't walking no more on them tips, man.
The poppy flower.
You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, dude, so it was cool though, man. They flew me out there to Los Angeles. This was just a funny situation. They flew me out there because like, I think I mentioned on the last fly. Oh, that episode I didn't put up yet. I'm behind. Oh, I got a whole episode I'm sitting on the FlyWithBats Podcast.
So, question. Has anybody talked to you about Side B yet?
What happened on Side B?
Side B, I don't think it was what you meant to post.
Why?
Has nobody told? Okay, so by the time I just got to it like Tuesday.
Is it 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Re-download it.
Huh? Re-download it?
Yeah, somebody.
Okay.
Somebody told me.
I figured that. I was like, by the time I got to it, I'm like, I'm pretty sure somebody's told him.
Yeah, they said it's only 5 minutes. I said, what?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So I re-downloaded it. They said, you scared me. I thought something else happened to it.
No, that was it.
I re-downloaded it.
Because you had said that, and I was like, oh, well, I wonder if he knows. Maybe not. I figured at least 5 or 6 people had probably told you something. By the time I got to
the person told me, and the thing is, because we already recorded another Side A, and I brought this exact thing up on that episode, but it hasn't dropped yet. But it's so funny that you bring it up right now. Right. But I brought up like, dog, shouts out to my girl Summer Carter, because like I didn't even know someone listened to the podcast. So when she messaged me, I went to high school with her. She cool peoples. So when she messaged me, I was like, 1, thank you. for telling me, and 2, thanks for listening.
Appreciate you listening.
You feel me? So like, no, I tend to that, but I know like if your app naturally downloads the episodes, then you just gotta go back and re-download it. It's there. But what I was saying, so like I think on the last, but I could King Esther was picked up by Issa Rae's by Issa Rae Productions.
Word.
And that's been the hot news lately. Like Variety picked it up, Essence picked it up.
Oh, word,
nigga.
Okay, that's okay. Because Arrogant Observer was talking about it on the show, and I just assumed that y'all recording and stuff. You just had maybe told them about it, but So apparently this is like, news, okay.
Yeah, because...
That's why he kept telling me, don't you think you should get back on social media? He kept saying this shit. And I'm just like, I didn't get it. I didn't really get it, but now it's kind of making more sense now.
Because I think I told you off mic on our last episode.
Yeah, you did.
Because I couldn't say it on mic.
Right.
Then I think I brought it up on the last episode of FlyWithBats, the one that I haven't released yet.
Okay.
So like, now I can word it with you on mic, and when I brought it on FlyWithBats, it was just an anticipation, knowing that I wasn't going to drop that episode until afterwards. But I think that was before the Variety article and the Essence article dropped. You know what I mean? Awkward Black Girl, she put that on, and even Awkward Black Girl is on her IG page, the trailer. And son.
Shit.
Yes, I'm about to show you. I can show you the trailer right now.
I didn't even you know what? I follow on my page. I don't go on my page very often.
Yeah, son, but it got picked up, and I'm just like,
that's dope,
but see, my thing is like a lot of people saying this, you know, it's a big deal and all that, and I think, you know, I'm a cynic. I'm the forever cynic. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, like I live by the Chris Rock motif of a job is mainly successful if it begets another job. So like, I'm hyped for it, dog, and I was able to watch all 7 episodes. It's a short, and every episode, me and Raheem, we sat and watched it because I got a screen of the whole thing.
Oh, dope.
And,
okay.
yeah, man. And,
you happy with it?
Dude,
yeah,
it's pretty cool, son. It's pretty cool. Like, I was especially getting to sit and watch it.
Did it surprise you in any way? Like
at times, the roughest episode for me was the first episode, only because it just throws you into the world. Wow. Like it at times it feels so real. It almost like you're peeking into some shit you ain't supposed to.
Oh, it's almost like, do they know the camera's rolling?
That's how it feels to a point.
Okay.
And so it was like, at first it was like, okay, I got to get into the world. You know what I mean? And so that was just my initial memory of. I remember watching the first one, and I was like, I wasn't fully invested after the first one. The first time I watched it, and when I watched it on my phone, and then maybe from the second or third one on, I was really pulled in, and I was really loving it by the end. But then I rewatched it all, and I was pulled in from the first one, because I think sometimes it's getting acclimated to a world.
Right, like it played differently that second time around.
Yeah,
just kind of knowing what to expect.
Yeah, and it made me like it more, which is gonna be the theme most likely of this episode, because I think that's how I'm gonna feel about Joker, which you're gonna get into later. But
okay. Yeah.
But yeah, dog.
Yeah, I've come to terms with that too. I can't wait to talk about it now.
Yeah,
like I was on the fence when we first talked on the ride home.
Yeah,
and now I'm more solidified in my opinion. So okay, it's like, I look forward.
We gonna talk. We gonna talk.
Yeah,
so they fly me out to California to do this. Because you know how a lot of shows do these days. Got the after show talk with one member of the cast.
Yeah. So, okay. Did y'all do something like that?
Yeah, dog.
Dope.
I'm gonna be the after show motherfucker on after episode 4 of it. And that's the thing too. I say these episodes go by fast because me and he.
How long are they?
Like 7 or 8 minutes.
Oh, okay. Like web series length. Like
it's
no longer than 10 minutes.
It's literally a web series.
Okay, gotcha.
Because it's gonna be on her YouTube page. You know what I'm saying? So it's a web series and shit. Right. But it's like they accomplished a lot in them 7 to 10 minutes right fast. You be like, because I watched the whole series in an hour or so. It was like an hour and like 15 minutes or something, an hour and 10, something like that. I watched the whole series, all 7 eps, and like they're engaging on some shit, especially like once you feel how like what the deal is, because it's an important story to tell of, you know, a transgender protagonist that's just trying to find her way, man, and she keep pushing. It's like it's one of those things where I would get real excited if we get picked up or financed for a season 2, because that to me makes it a gig versus because we already shot all of this. For me, we shot this last year. This is old. So it's going to be new for the world. But for a lot of us, we've been did that. We just spent that check.
Now, I understand if you can't answer this, but like, is there sort of like a hold on to see sort of what the reception is of it?
I don't know.
And then you guys will get sort of...
don't know.
Okay,
I don't know.
Gotcha.
All I know is Issa Rae picked up the 7 episodes that we did.
Yeah.
They're gonna be starting in October. They're gonna be in a new. I don't know if they're gonna show the whole thing in New Orleans Film Fest, but it has a spot in the New Orleans Film Fest. They show the entire series, I believe, because I think if it's in Film Fest, they probably gonna show that hour that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So you get if you got tickets to the New Orleans Film Fest, you're gonna get to jump on everybody and being able to see the entire thing, most likely.
Okay.
And starting October 17th is gonna release weekly on a show. On a YouTube page. Yeah, so I think after those 7 episodes are released, and we see the reception, see the feedback, then I guess the higher ups gonna make the decisions that they're gonna make.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Forward.
Like Angelica Ross is in it. She's in like 2 episodes, and Candy from Pose. So I remember when she came on as an executive producer, that gave it a little bit of pump. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I remember,
I think that's probably what opened some doors to get to Issa, because Angelica Ross is popping right now. You know what I mean? She's on American Horror Story. The newest one.
Okay, I haven't started watching the new one.
She's on the newest one.
Okay,
I mean, she still appears on Pose, whether it's in ghost form or not.
Yeah, no, she's basically, she's still there.
She's still there.
Like, no matter how you look at it, but okay, we appreciate it.
Like, yeah, it was cool shit, man. Like, that they flew me out there, and it's so funny. Like, he flew me out, and I didn't know if I had a place to stay, because like, cause at first he asked me to come, and I was like, son, like, right now my finances can't withstand paying for room, paying for hotel and paying for plane ticket. So you know what I mean. He was like, well, let me holler at the producers and see what you do. So then they sent me a plane ticket, but he didn't tell me at the time that he was gonna give me some place to stay, and I didn't ask.
Just sent you a plane ticket.
Yeah. So and I didn't ask because he said no budget at first. So then I was like, man, well, I feel like the fact that you paid for the plane ticket back and forth, I'll figure it out. I didn't even want to ask. Yeah, I'm gonna figure it out.
How long was it? How long would you be there?
It was Sunday to Tuesday.
Sunday to Tuesday.
Okay, so
like 3 days.
Yeah, so I hollered at my dude Mike 5, because his girl works for the Hilton. Got on their friends and family plan and got this cool room for 2 days at the DoubleTree. So
okay.
I get the room for those 2 days, and then the homie hit me up and yeah, where you at? I'm like, I'm in town. Like I've been in town for hours at this point, because he didn't know when I got in town, because producer paid and got the ticket.
Right.
He didn't know when I was getting, so I think he was just waiting for me to be like, I'm here. So so then when he see I'm in town, he sends me information for the loft I'm in that he got for me. He got a whole loft for a nigga to stay from 2.5 days.
Oh, well, shit. Were you able to cancel?
So I was able to cancel the second day. So I kind of chilled in there for a little extra long, because they was going to still charge me for the first day. And it's still, I wound up chilling there, at least for the day, because I got in there, at 11 or noon, and I didn't get that information from him till 6, 7 p.m. So I might as well, at least, was able to, I was able to kill that time. So I guess what I paid for to a degree. And luckily it was discounted. So they refunded me for the second night. And so then I go to the loft spot that he had for me. Fire ass loft. I'm there for a few hours. Freak accident happens to the whole building. The power go out. The power goes completely out. No electricity for the whole rest of the night into the next day. You feel me? They couldn't figure out what it was. So then the people had to put me in a whole nother situation. I was in 3 different hotels over the course of this whole damn trip. Son.
It's like, hey, we got a spot for you. Oh, shit.
Well, we got this other spot for you.
We got another spot. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. You hear me?
Show game. Don't worry about it.
But it was all love, dog. It was one of those things that just made me just think back on, I put a post about this on Facebook, because like a year ago I was in Puerto Rico shooting The Oath. Yeah. And I was like, damn, just smelling the roses, my nigga, you was just in Puerto Rico a year ago off of acting. Right now, you've been in 3 different nice-ass hotels in California to be interviewed for some shit off of acting. Even though nigga ain't where I want to be at, it's pretty cool. To get these little, even though, like I said, it's like a taste, I would rather taste than none at all.
Right, yeah.
That's
what I was gonna ask. Yeah, it's is it better? Is it in this case? Is it better to have loved than to never have loved at all?
Because every taste may be getting me closer to where I need to get to. But I look at my IMDb, nigga. I got 40 credits, my nigga, and that's a lot to say. That my first booking was, when did American Horror Story Coven come out? 2013, 2012, 2013 is Coven.
Yes, around there. I honestly. You're in the right ballpark. I couldn't say for sure.
So, because I count my professional career from when I graduated, Dillard. So, to me, when I graduated Dillard, that's 2011, and I couldn't. And then it took me a year to get an agent. Then it took me a year to book my first thing. So that has to put it in 2013. Is when I finally booked my first role. So if I go to booking my first role to now, I got 40 credits, dog. That's a pretty cool look. Because some people, it's not always fortunate.
2013.
So so it makes sense. So sometimes, we don't smell the roses. Sometimes we don't take in the wins because it's not the win.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to be mindful of it.
It seems like a really good position to be in. I'm actually curious to see like how that whole thing sort of plays out in terms of like I'm extremely curious about this the after show thing. So basically they've kind of set something up with everybody, right? And just yours is gonna come after season 4. After episode 4, you said?
Yeah, well I don't know who the other guests were.
Right. But like yours will come there, and it's like the other people have done it too. So it's like, did they show you the episode that you're gonna be talking about beforehand to kind of like refresh your memories of it and everything?
Well, like the thing is, like this thing has been on the festival circuit for the past like year or so, and they've had screenings, but I've never been able to go. Either I had something else booked. Like it's like when I had money to go, I had something else booked, so I couldn't go. When I didn't have nothing booked, I was too broke to go to New York or Florida or wherever else they've shown this. Right. So like, I had never seen any of the finished product. You dig? So when he said he was gonna fly me out there for the interview, that's why he sent me the screener to watch it all, because he wanted me to be abreast of it.
Right.
But what's funny is my after show episode kind of touches on what happens in my episode, but we wind up having a larger discussion about like other topics like toxic masculinity and straight black men accepting gay and trans people, and like they're gonna edit it up. Like we talk for like maybe 20, 30 minutes. They can probably knock it down to like a 10-minute discussion. Yeah. But it was still cool just to be part of something like that, because it make you feel kind of official, like, oh shit, we gonna after show, bitch. We shoot after show, bitch. Let's talking. All right, let's go. So that's cool. And
let me just sip my champagne outside the frame. Yeah, there we are. Yeah.
Wow. What's funny is the after show is called
what?
Something in rosé. Something in rosé, and on it we drink a little wine.
Cause that's what Issa does after the insecure things.
Well, that's what he whooped on his. You hear me? So we hit the wine.
Oh, that is
so funny that you said it. Sip the wine, and then we got into the talk and the discussion.
Yeah, that is dope.
So.
Yeah, I can't actually. I'm really looking forward to it. You still have the screener?
Yeah, dog.
Okay, maybe one day because I'm actually curious to see it.
Hey, son, I'll happily let you peep it out,
actually,
my G.
Are we gonna check out? You said we're gonna look at the trailer, though, right?
Yeah, here's the trailer right here, man, for King J.Steel.
You know I keep saying King ass. Girl, my name should have been King. King motherfucking
Got my dignity, gonna live my truth. Like the Southern smile, I just can't lose. Let my light sweep across the room.
What, you worried about your audition? What are you doing here? It's an open audition.
Has the state emergency already been declared?
I don't know. Now they went out to the town and signed up for the competition. They shut the fuck down. Talking about cause of some evacuation.
Wait, what?
What, that's one that name? Dream. Was that the name of the lady who was living with us? That was you.
Ain't like anybody I'm used to being around.
Used to? I'm your sister, King.
You gotta get used to people looking at you. And they're gonna look, baby. And they're gonna do everything possible to make you bow your head. Don't bow your head.
Fuck you, King.
There is a way out.
Nigga, that shit is heavy, nigga. That shit is heavy. It looks dope.
Yeah, shouts out to J.Steel. Do you see a little she was in there?
Fuck no, I didn't see. Where did I miss? Where I missed it?
Let me see what, because I've watched the trailer a few times and I just caught her.
Oh, word? Okay.
Yeah, let her see it, because she
there's a lot, yeah. But certain
boom.
men they throwing.
Look at that.
Oh shit. Okay, fair enough.
146.
I'll be damned.
I did not even catch this all the times I've seen it.
I didn't either. Okay, that's okay.
But yeah, we got the dark skin Anfield. Shouts out to Janet Hubert. You heard me. We got Angelica Ross. You know what I mean? We got that dude more Best Bradford. So we just doing some things.
Yeah. I ever tell you I met Donna at my job?
Donna Duplanter?
Is that her last name?
That's her last name.
Yeah, she keeps. Okay, yeah. She always tells me to like she knew you. I told her I didn't know that she knew you, but I can't remember. So basically, she came in. She like records like auditions for folks, I guess locally.
Yeah.
And she was looking for a new camera and stuff. So like I kind of showed her what we had, of what our options and stuff were, and then she came in the second time, and I'm like I could have sworn. Did I see you at Happy Death Day? Because I just watched it and I could have sworn I seen you. She's like, yes, that's me. No. And I was telling her about, that we record and stuff like that. She was like, be sure to tell Martin hello. And I don't think I told you that we had ran into it. And constantly, I always see her now. Yeah. It's like every time she comes in one day and then like 2 weeks will go by and something will come on TV and I'll see her. And then like 3 weeks later, she'll show up again and be like, I saw you in this.
Donna be popping up. Because that
does,
happens to me too. Sometimes I watch something like, what's up, Donna? She be popping. I didn't even know Donna was in this.
Oh,
until I saw the trailer.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
And she pops up in one episode, but I saw the trailer at that point.
Right.
Until I saw the trailer, I'm like, oh, look at I did the same thing you did. Donna.
Okay, Donna. Yeah. Okay.
But yo.
This is dope, man. We have to schedule some time, man.
Whenever it's an hour of your time, my nigga. We can sit here, roll up, we can run it.
Word.
Let me know which yamp, but King has to check that out, y'all. But let's get into the show, man. Welcome to the Reviewing Dat Show.
Reviewing that.
When it be, man. It's that actor guy, Mr. Bat, Smart and Bats Bradford in the building. We know what they call the evil Marty of the crew, you dig? And I'm over here, with that other Marty there.
Your favorite host, Marty here, MartyEdwards, Edwards504 on Instagram, Twitter, and Snap at the chat. Also go to LorrainePictures.com, click on the Your30 tab where I co-host the show there with What's His Name?
Black Actopedia!
The Black Actopedia, also known as The Arrogant Observer, Your30 with Marty and The Arrogant Observer. Check it out.
Yes.
Yeah.
And today on the show, we're going to be reviewing Joker.
Yes.
Joker.
Oh, question, sir.
Yes.
Have you been watching Raising Dion?
I didn't know it dropped until today, funny enough.
When you told me I was like, okay, so this whole time you've been gone.
Yeah, I've been gone, so I've been unplugged.
I've been wanting to hit you up, but I knew you were doing that, so I was like, I don't want to bother you while you're doing that.
I've never bothered by you, Marty. Just hit me.
Word. Okay,
Hit
fair
me.
enough. Now you said it.
I'll see it.
Sir. I need you to watch it.
So.
Okay, so here's the thing. I ate it. I'm eating it, and
How many episodes is it?
9.
9 episodes. All right.
I'm on 8.
Cool.
And it's inconsistent with its tone, in my personal opinion.
Okay.
But overall, I guess I'm on board because just of the nature of it. Young black kid raised by a single black mom. Kid's dad died when he was 7. I don't know. I like a lot of things. I kind of connect to. I relate to. So for overall, in general, I'm on board with it. But I have a list of issues.
You got some issues.
Yeah, I do.
All right.
I wanted you to see it though, so I need you to either confirm or deny my problems.
Okay, but did you see Batwoman first episode?
Yes, I did.
All right, so we're gonna talk about that. In a second.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
I'm trying to see if there's any super, because I'm always reading superhero shit. If there's any superhero.
Did you see Black Lightning?
I didn't, so that's what I missed. I gotta catch Black Lightning because, I feel like all the WB shows just started just kind of caught me off guard. All the reason I knew Batwoman was out was because I was in California and they had a big ass billboard right across from the spot I was staying at, and I looked out and they said Batgirl premieres. I was like, wait. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know that Batgirl had came on.
Batwoman. Sorry, two different characters. Batwoman.
Right.
Yeah,
I didn't know it until you told me.
Yes.
But I was actually home, ironically, during when Black Lightning came on.
Yeah. See, I didn't know Black Lightning came back.
I didn't either. And then
Flash is back.
And Flash too. Yeah. I looked at my DVR.
I started watching Flash today because the thing is, when I watched Batwoman today, I was like, okay, what else is out? And I watched half of Flash, but I had no clue about Black Lightning. So looked like DCCW is back. You dig?
I mean, I don't know. Okay, so here's the thing. I don't know how. Only thing I haven't watched is Supergirl. Really, right now.
I know why Supergirl.
You know why Supergirl? Fair enough. Black Lightning. this first episode is enough to get me like, okay, let's go back to our week to week with Black Lightning.
Oh,
yeah, it got me on board.
They back on board.
Yeah.
Okay, switched up because they must have known that y'all ratings have gone down. Like, felt like I felt like me, you, and Jay was the only ones still watching the show.
No, for real,
like,
for real. And and I can't even really articulate what it is without, I think, kind of just jumping into every little piece of it.
Yeah.
But they did a lot of interesting things, and they have my attention. I like to say, you had my curiosity. Now you have my attention. This definitely applies.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, Black Lightning. Okay, next episode, I'm gonna make sure we talk about that because I'm gonna catch it by then.
Uh-huh.
I started watching Cloak and Dagger.
Yeah, didn't want to until I saw the Runaways trailer.
I did not watch. Let me go look it up. You text me about the Runaways trailer, and I did not watch the Runaways trailer. Let me find that.
I was like, oh shit, you know what? Okay, so
it was already
I know I love the fucking Runaways, right? The Runaways made me want to watch Cloak and Dagger.
Damn, that's deep. Because the thing is, they released the set photos that they were doing that crossover.
Oh, okay.
Because
you knew.
Yeah, because they said they were going to do it. Really, they've been wanting to do it since the beginning because it's notorious that they run into each other in the comic books. Now, the way they run into each other in the comic books is very different than anything that they're going to do on the show because Cloak and Dagger were at different points in their superhero career when they ran into the Runaways, and it was like one or two comic books. It wasn't like
they didn't have a whole series.
Yeah, it wasn't like they were besties or anything. And like Cloak and Dagger were way more established. It was like, but I like it kind of better this way because Cloak and Dagger were older by that time. You know what I mean? Like maybe they were in like maybe their 20s or some shit, and the Runaways were fresh teens and shit. But I like the idea of they're all teens. I think on the show it's gonna play better because they're all teens, and I don't know how season 2 of Cloak and Dagger ends, so I don't know how they're gonna run into each other. But I don't know.
How far are you into season 2?
I got to like maybe episode 2 or 3.
Okay,
season 2.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't get deep in it yet.
Are you hooked now? Are you digging what you're seeing?
I'm digging what I'm seeing, but I'm not hooked just because I got so much shit to watch. I always say that, but I'm gonna make it a point to finish it. I'm gonna make it a point to finish it. You feel me? But
yeah, I'm just for this though. I think.
You see, just for this. So let's see what this is. Let's see what this is for.
Yeah, look, I don't want to. Okay, go ahead, watch it. I feel like I'm overhyping what you got to say. But for me, it was enough.
Okay, we press and play.
Stop fighting it, Nico. There is no need to be afraid of the dark.
When the ship blew up, the magistrate's family took new bodies.
And you think that the aliens are inside our parents?
There is a 4th member of the family, the darkest and most dangerous of them all.
Darkness is surrounding.
Who's the host? It could be one of the kids.
How do we know who he's? We don't. This is gonna be fun.
I know what you want, and you don't want to lose Nico to the darkness. But the thing is, she's been mine for a long time.
Darkness is surrounding.
Who are you?
And what the hell have you done?
Right, I don't see. Like it was just that little piece.
I'm a sucker for a superhero crossover, so that's all I need.
Like, bro, I still have high markings for season 2. So I was
of
really
Runaways.
Of Runaways, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. What are y'all gonna do? Oh shit! Then they did all this cool shit, and I was like, oh wait a minute. Now you're gonna integrate this show. That means it's gotta catch up.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
I mean,
I'll do it.
For
you, I will.
Yeah, for you, I will.
You know, exactly, baby.
That just got me. I want more crossovers because you already see DCCW with this crisis gonna have the ultimate crossover. So if Marvel want to get into the crossover game, get into the crossover game.
So I click on. Is there a new show or actor or something that I'm missing? Like, so when I watched Batwoman on demand. They had a little stylized thing of Black Lightning, a little stylized thing of Flash, a little stylized thing of Supergirl, and then there's this blonde motherfucker who walks up, and I'm like, who the hell is he? And I'm like,
Blonde.
Is there a new show that I'm forgetting about that I'm unaware of?
And it's not Constantine?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Constantine.
So
he was younger. He was younger than Constantine. Well, he had a younger look to him, at least. You know, Constantine looks like he's been rode hard. And
you're saying it was for the Crisis hype? What are you talking about?
No, it was just like the click on go to Batwoman, this show, and like you wanna, but like you're about to start it and see if it does it there too. Oh, it's gonna say go to restart.
Boom.
And let's see if it shows up. It's like a little promo thing that they do for DC with all the characters, except there's one guy I just didn't recognize. Oh, it's just gonna jump right into the show.
Into the episode.
Okay, never mind. All right. Yeah, I don't know. I felt like there was like a new character I'm missing. Maybe he was a new addition to something. I don't know. But
we'll see when it comes back around. Well, since you segued to Batwoman already, though, how do you feel about the show that you was already ready to hate, that you already had no interest in because the lead actress is not your cup of tea, coffee, or mineral water?
Mm-mm.
So,
where's
Yam?
She's like toxic water.
She's toxic
like,
Crusaders.
She's like if you she's that shit that they put in the water in Batman Begins. Like she's a hallucinogen. Like if you drink that shit, she's amazing. So okay, here's the thing. And I didn't really want to watch the show
at all. You sent me a teary-eyed face.
I did. And you were like, well, you were like, you talk so much shit. I mean, if you just watched it just to say.
About the first episode.
Yeah.
We only talk about the first episode. You gotta watch it because you ragged it.
Right. Okay. And here's what I'll say. Like Joker, because I didn't have a lot of high expectations for Joker either. Like Joker, with this show, I was pleasantly surprised. It didn't blow me away. It just, for me, also too, it felt a lot like they were trying to do a female oriented Arrow. Like it kind of felt like she was kind of giving me Arrow vibes or Oliver Queen vibes. I should say, not even just really Arrow in general, just Oliver Queen vibes. And then starting off with that in that little training sequence where she's like diving down at the beginning, it's like it felt very Green Arrow,
which was supposed to be the original Batman show. Remember? So it all.
Oh, okay, very fair enough. That all comes back around.
Right.
Yeah,
Arrow was like that because they wanted to do Batman but couldn't.
They couldn't. Yeah.
So we got Arrow. So now they get Batwoman because I saw the Arrow connection too.
And it's not that that's a bad thing.
I felt the Arrow connection. I should say.
It felt very familiar and it's like, well, people love fucking Arrow, so I mean, it's not a bad thing, I guess, to imitate or to channel, if you will. And but overall, I dug it. I didn't think she was as terrible as I predicted, or as she kind of showed in that little bit of a crossover. Like, granted, maybe she was still trying to feel the shit out, there, and here it's a little bit more solid, but it's still isn't anything I think I would be able to stick with week to week, just because there's so many of those shows. The only thing that would make me stick with it is because of the crossover. Yeah. And like once the crossover would be done, I would just wait for it to release on Netflix and finish it there. But otherwise, yeah. You know what? Now that I say that out loud and I think about it, I'm probably going to stick with it until the crossover and then just ditch it.
I'm gonna keep watching.
You're gonna keep watching.
I liked it.
So you dug it.
Call me a sucker for bat lore, man.
Okay,
Call me. Okay. Maybe I got a bat bias, baby. Because when that bitch was, I'm watching that bitch.
It wasn't bad. Like it's, I don't fault you for that. Like it's got a lot of shit working for it.
Because I go first.
How did she work for you though?
You've been shitting on Ruby. I'm watching her I'm like, okay, let's see if she has dimensions. I'm watching her hard now because Marty said this bitch can't act.
Did you feel like she had dimensions?
She had more than that crossover.
Oh yeah, okay.
We got tears, we got joy, we got all kind of shit.
Yeah.
We got dejection, we got some layers in this first episode. We got some layers. She ain't motherfucking Viola Davis. But
like
she's playing Batman though, dog. Like what you expect? Bruce Wayne ain't the motherfucking
better. I expect better. I expect better. I'm sorry.
This is a pilot episode. This is a pilot episode.
No,
this show has a lot to jump off from. You know what I mean?
The thing that I have to sort of like eat is that, to my surprise, and I think you said it, is that she may be better in the show than she was in the crossover.
I knew she would be better in the show,
Right.
just because it's almost like the Captain Marvel thing, where she, if I remember right, when the first time she popped up, the first
crossover with Arrow.
No, Captain Marvel.
Oh, Captain Marvel,
in the
my
movies.
bad. At the end of Avengers.
I know she shot
all that shit first.
She shot it before she got her own movie.
Yeah.
So it was like one of those things of, I wouldn't judge her based off of just the little small part. I want to see what happens when you get with your actual director, your actual writing team, your actual everything team, and see what y'all really do. Because she just probably got that rule and just ran it, dog. But I think over the next season, it's gonna work.
That's not fair. That's
Aye.
really not fair.
Aye.
You want to know why? Because we literally saw her for 2 minutes, if that.
We didn't, and that's my
If
point.
that.
She didn't have enough time with the role.
Batwoman was on the whole episode.
Oh, I'm talking about that. I'm saying I dug her in this episode. You didn't. I
No. I dug her more. I dug her more. Yeah. I dug her more.
I'm not going to judge what the show could be based off of the
Off of that
cameo.
one little
That's
thing?
all I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
And you were
But I felt like they had enough time
you've seen Ruby
to
in other
establish
things,
something. Yeah,
and
be
you don't
better.
like. So you like it be better. But you didn't like her.
and
as
I've seen her be
Batman.
terrible. Yeah,
So
and I've seen her be terrible.
I liked her in this, man. I feel like
remember the joke was the one movie I loved her in was the one where she didn't say anything.
Yeah, that's a good deal. I think we're going to have another Stephen Amell thing with her. Like, remember how Stephen Amell was way more wooden?
He started rougher,
And then he just got really good over time.
Yeah.
Like, and I think she started from a better position than he was at. So she has way more potential for this show as the season
If
goes
we're
by.
using this as the starting point,
Yeah,
crossover,
because he was way
Yeah.
more wooden in his first season. People
Sure.
try to say that man couldn't act. By season 3, 4, this man got producing tears. This man's emotions. He got all kinds of shit going on.
and maybe I'm just looking at the first season with rose colored eyeglasses or whatever, but I didn't think he was that bad in that first
I didn't think he was
season.
bad
Now,
at
granted,
all.
he was stiff.
But when people brought it up, I'd be like, I can see what you're talking about, but I have
Yeah.
no problem with it. Like, you know
Right,
what I mean? Like,
I went with it.
So certain shit, sometimes it works.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like him being kind of, what's the word I want to say? Not disjointed. Him stoic.
Right. Okay.
Like it might read as wooden to some of y'all, but he is coming from a fucking island that
Yeah.
he was on for years. So it kind of worked. He's kind of traumatized, y'all. Like let him settle himself.
It's a part of the character.
But for people listening about Batwoman, man, Batwoman starts with her, you know what I mean? She's on this, she's training because she wants to, okay, apparently Batman has been missing for 3 years or whatnot. And during that time, there's this group who's Batwoman's dad, I forget his name now. But like he started this private military called the Crows to protect Gotham. And they basically got Gotham back in line and got Gotham cleaned up while Batman's been missing or what have you.
Right.
Now, Ruby, what's her real name is Kate.
Kate, yeah, Kate.
She wants to join the Crows that her dad, the private military that her dad started, but her dad has sent her off on all these expeditions to train in a manner really to distract her, so she won't ever get in the line to fight because he don't want his daughter. But she don't,
Right.
you know, we figure that out as it progresses. And we start learning her backstory. We learn that she got put out the military basically for being gay, just like in the comics. We learned that she lost her mom and her sister, allegedly. We learned in a car accident or whatever that she was in, and Batman saved her and thought he saved them. But her mother and the sister wound up falling and dying in a car accident.
Okay,
They're cousins, by the way, Bruce and that's something. Bruce and Kate are cousins, but Kate didn't know he was Batman until this episode.
Is it silly to call bullshit on that fucking like? He thought that he had the weight distribution correct, and it drove him crazy because the car went over, even though he thought he had secured the line. And I'm like,
I can't call bullshit because that's his family.
Not bullshit. I get.
If
Well,
they
you're right. You're right.
related-
Bullshit is the wrong word.
Yeah, because
But
they're
not
related.
bullshit.
I can
But,
see him
like,
feeling like it's
what? I don't know. It was kind of silly.
I don't think it's silly. 'Cause
No?
the thing that saved it for me is
What?
when I got the whole story,
Uh-huh.
which was there's this bus that was this school bus of like 50, 60 kids hijacked and was on a run, and the bus pushed the car over the ledge, so Batman only got enough time to boom, boom, secure the car and then go save these
right.
children in this bus.
Yeah.
So I can believe that Batman thinking, okay, my shit's secure. They cross him straight. Let me keep it moving, and I can see that. I can see it. Like when your boy came, when Lucius Fox's son came and was basically like, man, Batman saved like 40 kids that day. It said, because my thing while I was watching is why Batman left. Like, why did he leave? You know what I mean? But when it came down to he thought he saved his people, but he really had to save these churn.
Which I understand.
It made it work for me.
I understand his actions in terms of that. I mean, just like the whole setup of it was just kind of silly. Like, well, he secured the car and he went to go save the other folks, but the car went over anyway. It's like,
I mean,
I don't know. Okay, all right. I just kind of feel like that's a little wonky.
And the thing,
it's a little wonky.
And we may not know that they might be setting up another mystery, because when they say things like that and shit like this, that leads me to believe more will come of it.
Okay.
Because he was like, he never could figure out why. So it makes you wonder.
Yeah.
And then when you get the big twist in the end, it makes you wonder a bunch of things.
Yeah.
Of like, so what was set up? What happened to this girl's body? Why is this significant? So it's very possible that we might find out more about it.
Yeah. It just, that as an opening sort of mystery, just kind of felt little wonky. But then again, granted, most of the CW shows in the beginning kind of need to catch their footing for me. So I mean, that might be it.
All the pilots be having a little,
But it's like I'll in that regard, I guess I can give it that. But I don't know. It was just a little wonky.
And there as a kid, just thought Batman and Batman.
I thought he just cared more about getting the bad guy.
And I was looking like, wait, you don't know that? Oh, so you really don't know that your cousin Batman? Okay.
Yeah, you know what? And I do appreciate that approach. Yeah. I was like, I appreciate that approach.
Yeah.
I appreciate us finding her, watching her discover that
this character needed an origin story. Some characters don't. This character did, because people don't know Batwoman. Like, some people might just think it's a rip when no, Batwoman has been around. Like, it's a really good old character, honestly.
Yeah, well, that's why I was kind of hoping that this show could maybe at some point down the line kind of solidify her and kind of make like her villains and her world and cachet of people and team, if you will.
Seems like that's what they're doing.
Yeah, it seems like
we meet her sister, who just happens to run an underground clinic.
Is that true to the comics as well?
I don't remember her having a stepsister in the comics. I think they created that fucking character, and that's cool because there's gonna be somebody she needs to patch her up. We got Luke Fox's son in that mofo being her tech guy already.
So that was Lucius's son.
Yeah, because his name is Luke, so I'm just inferring that.
Fair enough.
That's Lucius Fox's son in the name in the comics, Luke Fox. So that's Lucius Fox's son.
Word.
You already see what her team is most likely going to be at some point. What's in the comics, her dad is supportive of her being Batwoman. And here it seems like it's going to be a secret, and they may be at odds for a second, which is kind of interesting. What's up?
Arrow.
But that's the thing too.
Arrow.
You mean, how about comics?
Kind of fair enough.
Comics.
But I mean, in terms of same network, same brand, it's like
for me though. It's working for me though.
Feels just like this guy right around the corner.
It's cool, man.
Just saying.
It's working for me.
He lives right next door.
It's fine, man. Arrow's over. It's the last season of Arrow. We need a replacement.
It's the that's all I'm about to say. Like it's kind of, you can make that argument, but then again, this time next year, Arrow won't be a thing anymore.
Won't be around, so it's gonna be Batwoman.
Yeah, it'll just be Batwoman. And they put both of the women on Sunday, which I'm kind of like, all right. I'm like, what else comes on Sunday?
Take your slot. I feel like the boyfriend of the husband. I'm sorry, because the chick that she is in love with, who was part of the Crows, who got kidnapped by Alice, and I kind of liked Alice. I kind of dug her. I'm gonna get to her. Right. I think the husband's gonna be a problem at some point. I think like he's gonna like want to be like a villain or something.
Oh, word.
Yeah, I see that going that way with the husband.
Wouldn't that be convenient?
It's gonna be nice and convenient.
Well, we got to take him down, and while I'm taking him down, why don't I take you down?
I mean, it's gonna be the complete opposite. Remember, we all thought in Flash season 1 that Eddie was gonna be a bad guy, and Eddie wound up being a hero. And Eddie, who
first season,
Eobard's descendant. The Thawne of the first season, and everybody.
The cop who the actual
really,
fiance.
First fiance of Iris.
One who shot himself.
Yeah. But everybody, because his last name was Thawne, anyone watching that season was like, "When you gonna turn? When you gonna turn?"
You're the one.
He was a hero. I don't know what's gonna happen to him. I think this husband dude gonna be a problem, and I don't know why. I just get that feeling just looking at how their shows tend to go.
Fair enough. I can't argue with that. I mean, that is probably how it's gonna go. I mean, we only saw him that one time, now, right? So I mean, yeah.
And I think a more interesting wrinkle will be making that chick she love a villain. That'd be interesting.
Oh, you know what? I prefer that turn more so than anything. That'd be dope. That'd be real dope.
I would love that.
Have that be the turn for the first season.
Yeah, like she really was on one and you not even realizing it. I dug Alice because it's the beginning of what you said, and because I want it as well, which is she's building her own gallery, her own rogues gallery. You know what I'm saying? And like I remember before when it first started, I was like, man, I wonder who her like Joker's gonna be. Not saying they gotta have a psychopath exactly like the Joker on the show, but I wanted to know who's gonna nemesis like who's gonna be your main nemesis like that you're gonna use in this bitch. So like, and that's the thing. I don't read Batwoman comic books. I just know her origin. I may have read one or two, and she pops up in a lot of things I read, but I don't know her rogues gallery. You know what I mean? I don't know who to look for, so I'm gonna be learning along the way.
Yeah.
So spoiler alert, you know we spoil shit on this show. So to find out in the big twist that Alice is really her sister that she thought was dead, I think that was a brilliant turn for this show. Because it puts a different level of stakes, and they kept on seeding it. And you don't realize they're seeding it until they make the turn. Because the one hint was, like she said, why didn't you kill me? And how you know all this shit. But it almost make you feel like the dad had an affair or some shit. Like, but then when you realize, oh, sister, ow.
Yeah. When it happened, I was like, okay, I'll allow it. And then, you know, I was just kind of like, am I going to want to sit through this next week though? Like this is going to be like a cool week to week thing, her and her sister. It's like, was her sister or just the character Alice interesting enough? And to me, in the very beginning, no, they do add that extra layer that I don't know, should make her a little more interesting to me. I don't know. Not really.
I was with it.
Not quite.
I was with it.
I mean, you know, and not to say that opinion won't change.
Yeah.
But just kind of based off of this one. Yeah, it's the pilot, right? Yeah. Right. So, you know, maybe. Question. And this is completely off of Supergirl. This is actually a Black Lightning. I'm sorry, Batwoman.
That's how much you just don't fuck with this show.
Clearly. Continue. Yeah, but no, I want to be respectful in that regard. But I got a question for you for Black Lightning. You watched the whole last season, right?
Yep.
There was a guy who they teased who like fucking disappeared and shit, right? Who like flashed in and out, black guy with the gun, killed like a whole bunch of white.
Yeah. The one who could disappear and shit. He could teleport or something.
Did that nigga ever show up again?
I don't remember now. You asked me that.
Because like I keep thinking about that and I'm like, you know what? You niggas just don't have enough time. Oh, I don't know what happens. What's going on over there?
Up at the last episode.
Did he?
If he, it was either one of the last two. I don't feel like
he popped up at all.
Oh, no. What I'm saying is I think the one time we saw him was late in the season.
Oh, we did see him again after that time when he killed all the white people?
No, I think that happened.
That was it?
Late in the season.
Oh, okay.
I think it happened later in the season than we realized.
Oh, okay.
But I don't remember him coming back, no.
Because I could have sworn like they had like a
reason.
I don't remember. He got like a phone call like he was about to go to Freeland.
Yeah.
And then he never made it. We never found out why.
I feel like he's gonna come back.
I was just like, that was a long fucking time ago, dude. They never really paid that off in any way. I was just like, why did you even do it? I don't know. But I don't know. I just want to know, was I tripping? Did that actually happen?
See, now I'm going to have to go back and watch or something because I honestly don't remember. I don't.
Right.
Don't remember.
Anyway.
I don't.
Yeah. Sorry. I had to go down that weird.
But like I said, you just keep reminding me that I got to watch me some Black Lightning. I'm just happy to get all my superhero shows back because Flash is out. It means Arrow's new episode probably on tonight. Huh?
Flash is tonight, right?
Can't because the new episode came on.
Oh yeah, Flash was
Oh, it's yesterday. So
yeah.
I guess
Arrow tonight.
Oh, it's Riverdale come on tonight.
No, it's got
I think Arrow come on tomorrow. I think Arrow's Thursday show.
Nah, isn't whatchamacallit the Thursday show now, right? Legends of Tomorrow.
So, well, hopefully
because it's so Batwoman, Supergirl Sunday, Black Lightning Monday,
with
Flash Tuesday.
Flash Tuesday.
It's got to be.
What comes on Monday with Black Lightning? Because those two shows.
Oh shit.
But some other CW show because they don't always put two superhero shows together. They put some show and then we'll see. I'm just happy to see my shows back and I'm gonna get caught up on all them motherfuckers.
Word.
Anything else to say about Batwoman? I'm saying like I Alice, you didn't. I hope her love interest that's married ends up bad.
That'd be a cool turn.
I hope her dad stays on her side and they can come together at some point. I don't want her dad.
I feel like it's inevitable. They're gonna team. He's gonna be a part of the squad.
I like the fact that she has a villain who she can't kill, and that's why I think that's why I like the turn, because she got the villain doesn't want to kill her, just like Joker and Batman. The villain doesn't want to kill her because she wants to turn her sister to her side against their father. Funny enough. And she's not going to want to kill her sister because that's her sister that she's been thinking was dead her entire life. So just the fact that dynamic, even if you was like, hell, us outside. I'm about to say like, what dropped? Even if you said like, you allow it, I'm feeling like as the season progresses, the fact that they can't kill each other, you know what I mean, will make the tension keep revving up. Or they won't kill each other, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So we shall see with Batwoman.
Yeah, we'll see.
I give it a recommendation to check out for now.
I mean, yeah, I always recommend checking out the pilot because it's a good temperature. But this show I feel like is probably going to grow and get better as it goes along, and that's probably when I'll get into a week-to-week thing or whatever. But at the moment, everything's going to end up on Netflix at the end of the summer, a week after the finale airs, or 2 weeks after the finale airs. I can't remember what the deal was, but anyway. So as long as Netflix is still there, you know, I can always catch up there. So yeah, huh?
Watch season 5 of Arrow. I keep telling you, dog. Watch season 5 of Arrow.
Right. I want you to actually keep me abreast of what's going on with this, how this season is kind of working out for you.
Watch season 5 of Arrow, Marty.
I will watch it.
Because there's going to be some shit that happened in the crossover that's going to have no resonance for you.
Like this stuff, there's like season 5 stuff that's going to happen in the crossover?
There's a character from season 5 that's rumored for the crossover. And it will have no resonance on you at all. And the only reason they bring this character back is because season 5 went so hard. So if you have one last season, you got to give us one more taste. So I'm just saying.
So season 5.
Yes, watch season 5 of Arrow, bro.
I can just jump into season 5.
You watch the best. You watch 1. You watch 2. 3 and 4 are the worst seasons. So go to 5. Legitimately. Like, if you're a nerd, you can watch 3 and 4. But if you're talking about just getting where you need to get to, it's like they said fuck it. And they went to 5. Like, 3 was Ra's al Ghul. League of Shadows shit. It sounds better than it wound up being. 4 was Damien Dark. That's when you first meet Damien Dark. But you already know Damien Dark because you was watching Legends. So,
yeah.
You already, you know the nigga. It's just the season of that nigga. And then you know he get murked because that's what Legends talked about. So, fuck season 4, season 5 of Arrow. Go watch it, bro. You might as well jump to it. Season 6 was cool. But season 6 had a lot of goodwill from season 5. It's, you know what I mean? It made you go, all right, season 6, we'll allow it. Like you just said, we'll allow you to exist and not be shat upon because season 5 was just that good.
Word. All right, I'm going to give it a shot.
Yes. And people
I'll put it in the rotation.
People listening, season 5 of Arrow.
If I can sit through 8 episodes of Raising Dion, I can do anything.
Oh, I can't wait. Now you just shaded it. You just shaded Raising Dion now.
I did. But I still watched it. And you must now. You must at least watch the first 2 episodes, bro.
The mom's really pretty.
Oh yeah, she's the fine ass Alicia Keys. That's what I've been calling her. That's why I've downed her that on the last show.
She's Alicia Keys.
Alicia Keys' fine ass replacement.
Yeah.
Cause dude, she kind of has that, and then she's also. Anyway, yeah, she's gorgeous.
Oh man, she's beautiful gowns.
Yeah.
He said beautiful gowns about her acting. Beautiful gowns. Beautiful gowns.
Beautiful gowns.
Yes. Please tell me you get the joke.
No.
Okay, so you gotta say if you don't get the joke, baby, you don't mean it. Do you like her acting?
Do I like her acting?
Yeah.
Yes, I don't have a problem with it.
See, this is the reason why I cracked the joke because
I don't have a problem with it.
Ironically,
did
you bring up Alicia Keys? Who was this? Who said this? Now I lost who it was. I think it was Aretha Franklin. Who was it? I gotta find it now. It was one of the most classic
Shades.
Shades.
Oh, word. What?
Yes. It's one of those classic Shades ever. When I think it was Aretha Franklin, but I could be wrong. That's why I'm about to look it up. Where someone was asking I was it Shaka Khan? Okay, come on. But they was asking this legend, about different people and what she likes about them. So like, Beyonce, she can sing, or such and such, she can sing. And then when they asked about Alicia Keys, oh, beautiful gowns. Yeah, it was a research. So I thought that's what you was doing. Like, oh, she beautiful gowns.
No, she's not terrible.
I can say, yeah, she's gorgeous. I'm like, so.
I mean, it's really the kid, bro.
What your new album is about divas. I want to sort of throw out a few names of divas and sort of get your one-word reaction, sort of get your impression of various singers. So when I say the name Adele, what comes to mind?
Mm-hmm. Young singer, good singer.
Alicia Keys.
Young performer, good writer, producer.
Taylor Swift.
Oh, no.
Okay, great gowns, beautiful gowns.
Whitney Houston.
Oh!
Whitney was a talent.
Oh, wow.
A talent. She had a gift. And Sissy's baby.
And let's sort of change genres a little bit. Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj. No, I'm going to pass on that one.
I'm sorry, so she didn't shade Alicia Keys, she shaded Taylor Swift, which is so much better.
I love that.
That makes it better. Thank you.
That makes me,
So yeah.
Thank you for pulling that up.
Yeah, now you got the beautiful guy. Yeah, Lawrence is right. Plug back into the world.
I should.
We have a world going on here. It's passing by.
And I mean, Aretha Franklin's dead. It's like, that's not funny. No. That's not the joke. The joke is that I don't even know this, and this interview happened while she was alive. So that's how behind I am. Like, you get the joke, I'm saying. I just want to make sure everybody listening understands. The joke isn't that Aretha Franklin's dead. The joke is that I'm so behind. It's like I'm dead.
Yes.
Yes.
Might as well be.
Okay.
Oh my God! I'm so glad. We're not reviewing this today. I didn't watch the last episode of Power, guys. So.
Oh my God, you didn't?
No, I haven't seen it yet. So I can't. We're not gonna talk about Power this week. We're gonna talk, I guess, about both episodes of Power next week because I forgot to. I've been unplugged, dog. I'm in California. Just on one,
bro.
So
let's just say for the folks who did watch Power, I'm kind of on board for the way it ended. Just gonna say that.
I'm on board for Lala dying. So if she didn't die, then I don't give a fuck.
I mean, just honestly at this point, man, give her a couple episodes. I mean, I don't think anybody's gonna make it out of this. Bro, nobody's gonna make it out of here. No one's.
That's fine. She needs to die first. No, the one nigga's gonna live is Tariq. If nobody else lives, it's gonna be Tariq.
You think so?
Tariq is not gonna die. Tariq gonna get very close to dying many times. I bet you any money. That little boy, since everybody want his little ass dead, he is not gonna die. Raina died so he could live.
Word. I'll give you that. I could actually, you know what? Yeah, let's go with that. I'm with that. I subscribe to that now.
Yeah, man.
I absolutely do.
We shall see. I'm gonna watch this most recent episode and we're gonna talk again.
Yeah, you should.
Okay, so moving on. Let's get into
the big rich town. The right one this time.
Let's get to the Joker review, man.
Can you please stop bothering my kid?
Sorry.
Arthur, I have some bad news for you. This is the last time we'll be meeting.
You don't listen, do you? You just ask the same questions every week. How's your job? Are you having any negative thoughts? All I have are negative thoughts.
And finally, in a world where everyone thinks they can do my job, check out this guy.
When I was a little boy and told people I was going to be a comedian, everyone laughed at me. Well, no one's laughing now.
You can say that again, pal.
It's so awful, isn't it?
For my whole life, I didn't know if I even really existed. But I do. And people are starting to notice.
Think this is funny? Is this a joke to you?
Murray, one small thing.
Yeah.
When you bring me out, can you introduce me as Joker?
Send in the clowns.
So yeah, man, Joker, the controversial, freaking polarizing, incel inspiring. Oh my God, this movie here is just the talk of the town right now.
I learned what an incel is.
Oh my God. So,
Jesus Christ,
Joker.
Right.
Initial thoughts. Where you at with it?
This is a movie that, once again, man, I underestimated a lot walking into this one, and Todd Phillips was the main factor in that. Was completely
director of all the Hangover movies.
Director of all the Hangover movies. This man kind of knows what he's doing. I think it's just time to give him his credit. And but yeah, this was such a surprise. I wasn't expecting to enjoy this movie as much as I did. About maybe 10 or 15 minutes into it, I'm like, I was looking at I was thinking to myself, I think they may have a hit on their hands. Mm-hmm. I think I just might love this movie, but I'm not really quite sure. I'm not even really sure if I'm on board yet. And then maybe a few minutes or so later, we're in a hospital scene with children, and he's dancing around, and a gun drops out.
Oh, it's hilarious.
And I'm like, okay, well, now I'm officially on board with this movie, regardless of where we go from this point.
Yeah.
You got me. I'm here. And by the time we got to the end of it, I was truly satisfied.
Yeah.
There were a couple of things, it's like, I kind of didn't really need this, or I wish we would have maybe found another way to do this. But, overall, man, I'm completely happy. I'm satisfied in everything I got here. This could not have, surprised me, I don't know, any better than it did.
Yeah, man. Like, I'm somebody who is not interested in this movie even happening.
Yes, right?
Yeah, I was not clamoring for a Joker movie, and for all those rumors about DC's thinking about a Two-Face movie. Don't do it. DC's thinking about a Mr. Freeze movie. Don't do it. Now, this is one thing I'll give you. Mr. Freeze has a very tragic story. So I can understand what's the word? I can't even think of the word, not the urge, but I can understand, just you thinking about doing Mr. Freeze, because with Sub-Zero, the animated movie, is one of the best Batman films there's ever been. Like, it even won like that those episodes of the animated series even won like won some kind of award for animated films, because the whole story of the scientist who's committing all these crimes just because he put his wife on ice because she had a freaking a disease or a sickness that they had no cure for, so he put his wife on ice until he could find a cure, but he needs money to fund to get to the cure, so he becomes a villain, so he can, that is a very interesting setup. So I can understand why you might want to do Mr. Freeze. I have no clue why you want to do Two-Face without Batman, and it just gets to a point where, yes, I'm interested in certain villains getting movies. You feel me? Venom opened the door, Joker just knocked that bitch down. You know what I'm saying? But Venom also has precedent in comics of having his own storyline, his own comic book. So him getting his own movie, at least it got something to pull from. Even Joker has had iterations of his own comic book. So even if you want to, like, pull things from times when they made Joker standalone comic books or a comic book, graphic novels with Joker as a protagonist, there's some way you can go there. Two-Face, not so much. Don't do it. Mr. Freeze, I would watch it, but I would steer, be like, don't do it. Just let these niggas be incredible villains within the Batman universe that's coming out with Robert Pattinson, allegedly Jonah Hill, possibly old girl from Dear White People's campaigning for the Catwoman role. But whatever this new Batman winds up shaking, Rihanna might be Poison Ivy, whatever this shakes out, like, imagine if, like, even if this Joker wound up being Pattinson's Joker. That would be, even though they keep saying they don't want to cross that over, dude, you just gave this nigga such a backstory. And even though we know Joaquin is really 40, we never knew how old Arthur was in this movie. For all we know, Arthur could be like 29. They never say his fucking age. And then Bruce Wayne in this movie is like 12. That means when he's like 20-something, Arthur gonna be like in his 40s, we could still have that fight. So, there's ways to play it off. But as far as this movie, I'm just saying all that to say, I didn't want it to happen, but I dug the film. I wanted to love the film, but I wasn't in love with the film, but I knew I liked the film. But the reason why I didn't love it was probably something that works to its advantage, which is the fact that it's so goddamn dense. Like, for real, it's a lot to take in.
Yes.
And like I said earlier about when I was first watching King Esther, and like I didn't know how I felt about the first couple of episodes, and then I got pulled in, you know what I'm saying? And then I rewatched the first couple of episodes already, knowing what it was, and it just felt better, you know what I'm saying? So that's why it's what we said about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I think I had the same experience. I just really feel like when I sit down and watch Joker again, I'm gonna go from really digging it to possibly loving it, because one thing that I can't discredit is the fact that technically it's a pretty good film, like a really good film. I mean, shots, tone, music, acting, Joaquin kills it. Like if you want to give it points in all regards, it gets a lot of points.
Concentrated, character study.
That's what I'm about to say. You took it right out of my mouth. It is a suspense thriller character study. We're watching, and here's a part to me that is very, very important to be very specific about. We're watching someone who's already from the beginning of this movie established as being mentally ill. Been in and out of psych wards. Like, it's someone that's struggling with their mental illness, and we're watching what could happen to possibly turn this thrown away, cast away, mentally ill person to be violent. The thing is, he's been ill. He's been bordering on probably psychotic, you know what I mean? But he's never been violent. So you see what that nudge is. A lot of people's fears was that it was going to incite the incel movement and those assholes that just, hate women, hate black people, hate everybody, and just, want to be on some Dylan Roof ass shit. And one thing I think gets muddy is the fact that the media finds excuses to defend white boys, and they often go the mentally ill route for niggas that were not mentally ill. So this is why people sweep it all like, oh, you just trying to say he mentally ill. When no, a lot of them niggas was not mentally ill. They just was fucked up. This movie goes out its way to establish that no, Arthur's fucking mentally ill. Yeah. He's already on that edge. He takes 7 different prescription pills.
And he wants more.
Yo, like, this man has problems before anything fucking violent happens. And he's being bullied. And mentally ill people and disabled people do get bullied in our society. It's an unfortunate truth. So the through line that they was riding it with, from the beginning, when I even look back on it, especially makes it not what everyone was fearing, even though a simple motherfucker, I can understand why a simple motherfucker might find inspiration in this. But I feel like anyone who find the inspiration to go kill was going to be about killing anyway. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But one thing I think that also messed up my viewing experience was me having that baggage going in of looking for the markers instead of being able to, without any of that bullshit, just watch the damn movie. Which is why I want to watch it again as well. So I'm just like, all right, fuck all people's bullshit. Let me just have fun. Like I didn't get to have as much fun as I wanted to have because I was looking for some of that shit. And that sucks.
Okay.
Sucks.
Yeah. No, I mean that could color the experience a little differently.
Even though I like the film.
Right. I mean, I still, I was able to appreciate a lot of the stuff. I think also because I kind of walked in also just kind of feeling like this movie was going to be a certain level. And I don't know, man. It's just, I to be honest with you, getting what I got, I don't know what I really expected to where I thought it was going to be so bad. I mean, I really just thought that this movie was not going to garner like anything positive from me. And it's just like, I have nothing but, for the most part, good things to say about it.
And it wasn't even that violent. Like,
no, it wasn't that violent at all.
I mean, you let people.
That's completely like the vibe.
It's more suspense.
That's more implied. Yeah, it's more implied than suspense.
Suspense thriller.
Yeah, it's not really there, but I still appreciate it though. I still appreciated those moments, and for me, it wasn't as violent, but those moments that do happen, like they're potent because you know what I'm saying. It's like it's jarring.
Yeah, like, are you one of the people? I'm of the belief, and you tell me if you agree.
What?
He kills as he beats in her daughter.
Oh, okay, yeah. See, me and my coworker were talking about that, and like I don't know, the points he made, I couldn't argue against it. So I was just kind of like, I mean, maybe, but when I was sitting there watching it, I wasn't thinking that. You know what I'm saying? But going back and just replaying everything, like how, like sort of, his after really kill walk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like
the only
you got a routine,
and
bro.
we're jumping further ahead, and I want to jump so early. But one thing I will say, here's the only point, well, not the only, but here's a point that you can have to defend why he didn't kill her.
Okay, what?
He didn't kill the little person because he was like, you one of the only people that was ever nice to me. She technically wasn't mean to him. No. I think it's some pretty cool filmmaking to leave that so open. You feel me? But
yeah, okay. I mean, yeah, okay. If you want to use that, yeah, okay. So he won't kill everyone. He will let some people go.
He let the little person, because that's a suspenseful theme when you get to that point, because you wonder, is it gonna kill him? No, you know what I'm saying. And when he lets him go.
Yeah, I was like, when he got up to have to open up that door for him, I was like, that was a
brilliant piece of dark humor.
You know you're not going to make it, man, right?
Here's another feeling that I was having watching the film, and I think I said this when we left. I said that at points, as an Elseworlds comic tale suspense made me fuck with it. But bringing it, trying to look at it as if it's happening in real life, kind of messes me up at times. Like the whole protest thing and how how the clown thing took off so fast, and how like things like the riots, like certain things happened that was so uncharacteristic of real life. But when you tell me Gotham is doing it, it made it make sense. You know what I mean? It's like the more that I can be pulled into this being in comic world, even though it's a realistic take, the more that I allowed and was able to go with more than if I was to really be like, well, damn, just because this nigga with a clown mask shot 3 people, how does all of a sudden that makes me think that the poor are warring on the rich? These were 3 niggas that just happened to work for Bruce Wayne. Yeah, they might got money, but they didn't make it a very clear point of they were like messed up rich people that look down on poor people, or that they bullied poor people. Like you know what I mean? If any connection could have been made that they, were these type of figures, like the woman like that was in the bus that they were messing with. If she was like really not so beautiful, but like if she was beautiful but poor, you know what I mean? If she was like somebody that's on the downs, and then she was on the news saying like, yeah, there was some assholes that were, with their privilege or whatever. Then y'all having riots and all this. That this all sparking a revolution would have made a lot more sense for me just on some realism shit. Now, we are always told that Gotham is the worst city ever. So for it to happen in Gotham like that, I just was like, well, it is Gotham.
Yeah, that's what my coworker was saying. Like, basically, Gotham has the worst cops, the worst jails. I mean, like you lock the Joker up a week later,
he out
again.
Like,
it's like it's the worst jail ever. So why don't you? So since there are jails everywhere, why don't you lock this nigga up somewhere else? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like somewhere outside of fucking Gotham. Right. Because clearly y'all don't know what the fuck y'all doing. And but yeah, you make a good point there. I'm with you. I can't don't disagree there. I'm thinking about this scene here that's playing now. The where Joaquin Phoenix plays like a Make-A-Wish kid, sitting in the audience.
So,
like that whole moment. Like I don't know. So the whole idea of did this happen and did
and that's what I want to get to. But before we get into that, okay. So
right.
For people listening, of course we're gonna spoil all this shit. But Joaquin Phoenix character Joker, Arthur Fleck is his name. Arthur, he works as a clown basically, and that like it's a clown service that basically uses clowns to advertise for establishments, because this is like set in like the 80s, right? So
is it the 80s or 70s?
I think it's the early 80s, like early 84, 85, something like
Okay.
that. But like, yeah, so he works as a clown. We have to establish two, he has a bunch of illnesses, but one of them is he has a nervous laugh. Like, it's like a nervous tick where he laughs uncontrollably when he feels uncomfortable. And you know what I mean? If you laugh when you're uncomfortable, that makes you seem, and when he's in pain too, it's like he laughs and he can't help it. And you find out, like, you know, later on that he was like molested as a kid and all kind of crazy shit went on with him that fucked his head up already. But so just establishing that laugh or whatever. But he actually wants to be a comedian, even though he's ill and he doesn't understand humor fully. But he's meticulous. Like, he kind of feels autistic in certain ways. There's certain things about him that he goes to comedy clubs and writes down, looks around at people and writes down the setup like it's a fucking math equation to comedy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like when to look, when to smile. He
studies people in a way that's kind of odd, you know what I'm saying? He takes care of his mom, who's also mentally ill, and he writes in this journal these interesting, dark, weird jokes and thoughts, and that was some of the earliest parts where you realize he's dark in the head, even if he's not violent yet. Because even some of the pictures he draws into that journal, it's just like, oh goodness, what the fuck is he on?
Shout out to the layers that they add to this guy, like especially with the
hardest part about being mentally ill is everyone wants you to pretend like you aren't. That's one of the quotes in the journal that was deep.
And just that journal in general, right? Like how it's everything. It's not even really just a journal. It's sort of his lifeline.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like all his jokes, like his pornography. You know, everything is literally embedded in this book.
I wonder if that, because they said one of the subtle shout outs to Heath Ledger was like at the end of the movie when he has his head leaned against the cop car. It's like a shout out like Dark Knight when Heath Ledger was out the cop car. And that was one of me where I was like, I thought it was lightweight reach, but I could see why you said that. But to me, this journal might be a subtle shout out to Heath Ledger, because he notoriously had a Joker journal full with shit like that, come to think of it. Like he had any thoughts he might have or whatever about Joker. So I wonder if that was like, I would, if I had a chance to interview Todd Phillips or Joaquin Phoenix, that would be a question I asked. Like, did the journal come from Heath Ledger shit, or did that was that some serendipitous irony or something, you know?
Right.
Don't know, but made me think about it.
Interesting. But yeah, also too, shout out to Joaquin Phoenix with this transformation.
Yeah, his body.
So there's a ton of shots throughout this entire movie where we see Joaquin Phoenix like shirtless, but it's really fucking disturbing to kind of see it, because you can see like the bone, like you can see his spine.
Shouts out to Christian Bale from The Machinist, who
the
happens to be
Machinist.
Batman. You know, it's once again another serendipitous irony, because so many times he even makes these body positions that looks like how Christian Bale looked. It's funny. It's funny how life go.
But like I wondered while we were watching it, like, did he really fucking lose this weight?
Yes,
like,
he
is
did.
this really his body?
No, he said that.
Is this a little bit of
No, he said he really lost that weight.
But it's like in the moment it's kinda like, God damn, it looks so bad. It's like it's a CGI nigga.
And when
like,
you see how he looks normally, like for these interviews, he's way thicker. He's kinda fat. So it's like, my son, so you really did it. Like, that's some hard ass work to lose that much weight when you're naturally not anyway. You're not even naturally slim. You know what I'm saying? You're not even naturally slim, son. So, but I wanted to get to the part of like, but one thing that he's obsessed with is Robert De Niro's show. I think Mary Franklin is Robert De Niro character's name.
The Mary Franklin show.
Yeah, and he's obsessed with the show. It's like some late night talk show from back in the day, or whatever. I know I've never seen the film that they do subtle shout outs to. What is it? The comedian, not the comedian, the King of Comedy. The King of Comedy. I've never seen the film, but apparently there's a lot of allegories and shouts out to that and De Niro was also in that movie.
And they say Taxi Driver too, huh? Yeah, have you heard that?
Yeah. So what I was about to say was like Arthur loves this show and he just loves to study Murray. And the first inkling that, and now I come to think of it, I don't even think that's the first inkling, but the first obvious inkling of things aren't going to be what they seem always when we watch this film was when he's watching Murray Franklin with his mama, but then we see a whole scene of him actually being in the audience as if he's really there and being brought on and this and that, and they play with your mind, because even though when you're watching it, you know that when I just saw him in bed watching it with his mom, they let that scene go long enough for you to even question of,
is it another day?
You know what I mean? Like,
like, oh shit, he made his way to the, like, is he a seat filler?
Yeah,
is he one of those motherfuckers who
they
sits
played
there?
it long enough for you to be like, whoa. But then Murray
he was there,
on, bro.
And then I'm like, wait a minute. Then he's like, then it turns into this whole like just awkward exchange between the two of them, where it's like, it seemed, you know what I'm saying, because he's talking like with this childlike approach,
right?
And it's like, it's just a little off,
son. Even in your fantasies, you get played. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? The people was making fun of him even in his fantasy. Like, gee, you really get you get the worst.
But yeah, it that was an interesting moment. And
funny enough, there's this. I just noticed that this stairway, he walks up it all the time, but when that switch comes later, you're gonna see him dancing down it.
Yeah.
So as you know, it's pretty interesting visuals with that long staircase. But
agreed.
Yeah, but it goes. But you know, when you talk about what happened, what didn't happen, like, you know, somebody informed me, and it's so funny. Now we about to meet Zazie Beetz as we talk about what happened and what didn't happen. We're gonna get to that in a second,
right?
But a friend of mine messaged me on Facebook and was like, people wonder if you even really made it to the cop car. If he just imagined, like, if when he gets tackled by the cops, that whole deal with getting hit by the thing is all in his head about getting hit by the ambulance and shit.
Oh, like if he didn't even really,
all that other shit could be in his fucking head. Some people even play with the idea of because he has another black therapist. Well, if a lot of this shit was fucking fake because he had a black therapist the last time, so they was like trying to show, because when this movie start and it just shows him close up in the face and then show the black lady, it's the same way it ends. Close up in his face to the black lady and he's talking to her about shit. So some people even go like, man, what if a lot of this movie was some shit that he just made up that day? I wish if they done that, there would be just a tad bit more obvious to give me something more to chew on to make that theory true. But they left it just ambiguous enough to make you be like, well, if someone wants to go in that direction, I can see your through line, but we have no answers.
I mean, yeah, I see. That was the thing about like listening to other people review this movie and sort of being like, well, it leaves the door open for a lot of possibilities, and I'm just like, yeah, okay.
Possibilities as in sequel or possibilities as in thoughts?
Possibilities as in, well, did this really happen? Did that really happen?
Yeah.
Was this whole movie just some concoction in his head that he's telling to his therapist that we see at the very end?
And to sell that,
you know,
you got to give us a little more for me to not
go with it, to get on board with some shit like that. I can
entertain it because just visually. Yeah. Visually, you just happen to get another black therapist that almost looked like your first one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like that was purposeful. And with it being purposeful, because I forget, somebody said something, I might have to go find the message that the dude sent me. But with that being so purposeful, it makes you wonder that, okay, what was it? Like, the fact that you could at least think back about Maybach, because some things I can't entertain that. The fact that I could kind of entertain it gives it a certain level of brilliance that I think was intended.
It's a possibility.
Yeah, that I think was intended.
And I'll give you that. It's just
let me go to what this dude sent me. He sent me when it shows him fantasize about being on a talk show, and then how half the movie having the girlfriend who was never really there. It shows everything we see is questionable, almost like American Psycho with Christian Bale. Ironically, there's some theories the entire movie was in his head, and he's been in asylum the whole time. My view was everything that happened to him that was good, like the girlfriend, was a fantasy. I don't think his followers ever pulled him out of the cop car. I think that was his fantasized version of himself. I think the cops brought him straight in, but the point is they established lots of false narratives in the film. He's in every scene, and it's his movie. And being a crazy dude, some may or may not be real moments. Just like his mom was delusional. At least that's how I saw it. This is not the message I'm talking about. Somebody else sent me something. Maybe it wasn't in this on Facebook that made me go, whoa. But he even goes on a level of, that end of the movie, you never know kick. But he meets Zazie Beetz, and
in the elevator.
I remember when the rumors early was that she was gonna be the love interest. I just kept on saying how. Because everything I was finding out about Arthur,
because she's out of his league.
Yes.
He's like, no, that is exactly what I mean.
Even beyond the physical.
What I'm saying.
No, even beyond the physical, son. I was getting wind of that he was gonna be a mentally ill guy before I saw this movie. So I'm like, what's the attraction with this pretty young black girl gonna have to this?
You got this kid. You're gonna.
Why you want his crazy ass? And the more shit I was seeing, the more I'm like, what's gonna make this black girl pussy get wet off this nigga? Like, I was not understanding it, dog. So
well, it was the 80s.
So my nigga, son. So then when they had that scene where he followed her, I think that really happened. I think he did really follow her. But her showing up at his house.
Oh yeah, I think he really followed her.
Yeah, I think he really stalked her. But her showing up at his house, like, turned on by it. No. As soon as she said that, I said, that is not real. That kind of fucked with me.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That was my
yeah.
I didn't call that at that point that she was gonna be complete false. Even though I caught on that it could be a possibility before they showed us. Okay. But that was the thing that opened my brain up to something wrong about this. The fact, because, dog, ain't no woman, black, white, or otherwise, gonna tell you stalking is sexy.
Yeah.
None of them. And the thing is, maybe you could have sold this better with some weirdo white girl, but you told me that this was a black single mom. She's not some flighty, odd little, because they got character that you presented her to me. Maybe I could hear that if you play it right. Not that woman. Not that character.
No.
Did not make sense. So just having a polite exchange in an elevator with this woman led him to just have full-blown imaginary fantasies that she didn't exist. I mean, that she existed in the manner. She was even at the comedy show that he thought he killed. And come to find out he bombed.
Yeah. I mean, and yeah, you're right, man.
There's a lot of these moments, dog, where like the dude said, they set up so many false narratives that what happened and what didn't happen, they say, nigga, use your own brain. We can hold your hand. And to some degree, I can appreciate it.
Yeah, to some degree I can. And, I guess just mine for, I don't know, yeah, I kind of have somewhat differing, I guess, opinions about it. Because I do believe that the majority of what we saw was, happened at least. Up until the Murray shooting, at least. That I feel we can vouch for, and everything else.
But, like I said, Zazie, that was fake.
That was definitely fake. But the fact that... Also, too, do you think that there's any possibility... Remember when... So this movie was going to come out, and they were asking at certain points, are you all going to have to cut anything or stuff like that? And they were like, no, we're gonna leave our movie intact. Yeah. Do you feel like there's potentially a scene of Zazie Beetz and her child being murdered in some way?
Nope.
That was cut.
I think whoever wrote it purposefully left that bitch ambiguous.
Because that I would love to know.
But I think they purposefully left that ambiguous, my nigga. For real. I think they let, because the way that's set up, son. Because and what kind of blew me on the slick was, remember, that's a story that's supposed to be, that twist is the exact twist from my 48. That from the 48-hour film that was what was supposed to be, and I was mad because that's why you haven't seen it yet, because I've been doing so many other things, but we've been supposed to add more scenes to make that the twist of that film make more sense. That's what it was. So when I watched Joker and was like, damn, this y'all twist. Now, when we put out our 48, they were like, this nigga saw Joker. When it's like, no, that's really how the movie was supposed to go from the dump.
Original idea.
Yeah, but it is what it is. But I was so happy with that twist. Like, because that was one of those moments where, how in films, it's show don't tell. Yeah. You showed us he's crazy. Like, you showed, like, once again, beyond him being violent. Because honestly, he got jumped by the Hispanic kids. Understand, even who he thought was his friend at his job, this man lied on him, gave him a gun, knowing his crazy ass ain't supposed to have a gun. And he even said it himself, I'm not supposed to have a gun. He said, well, you keep getting your ass whooped, so it's for protection. But then gonna go back to the boss and be like, man, I don't know why this crazy nigga got to come from. Like, damn.
Yeah, bro. Like, come on, man.
So I'm saying, like, you know what I mean? People was fucking over him and whatnot. But like, when we get to the point, the big climax, I guess, when he's in the goddamn subway and he winds up shooting those rich guys. I would have to see the film again, but something felt like, what I'm trying to say, I won't say 0 to 100. I don't even know if that moment, but I just know there was a point in this film, I wish I could remember what it was, but I know there was a point in the film where I was like, that felt rushed. And I just don't remember what part it was. And I know it happened somewhere, like he really like murdered them niggas. Like like he accidentally killed the first nigga on, well, not accidentally, but you know what I'm saying? It felt like self-defense, the first nigga. Yeah. But by the time he got to the last nigga, that was full blown. I hunt that shit.
You chased this man down.
No. And then when he went and ran into that bathroom and then had this whole dance, it took another podcast for me to accept that a bit better.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. How did you feel about that before I tell you what they said that made me go, you know what? I can see that.
Him dancing after the murder?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah,
I mean, went with it. It was like,
yeah,
okay,
I just kind of went with it. Yeah, I just this is the first kill. It's like, you know what? I think it's worth a little dance. And it's like, you know, it's like, I mean, that's what my man likes to dance. It's like, that's how he celebrates shit. Apparently,
yeah.
Like we see him dance throughout the whole thing. He's like, he's about to dance his way into this fucking Murray interview. You know what I'm saying?
Even before the Murray interview, from the top of the movie as the clown, he's dancing outside of the spot that he's advertising for.
Right.
Like,
so, you know, that's kind of like
dance with his mama too.
Right.
That's one of the tender
like,
moments they have before, you know, it goes left.
It's his routine. So I just kind of went with it. But how did they justify it can
build on kind of what you just said, which was basically like it was almost like he needed like a release, a meditative moment or something to like just release, because it's like a building tension, and like once again you watch that breaking point where he goes violent. Been psychotic goes violent. Now every person that's sociopath, psychotic, struggling with any mental disabilities is violent. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's like he went into this meditative mode, because like you said, he already dances. You know what I'm saying? So they were saying that it just was like a trance that he went into to just release that energy because he was going to explode. And I was like, you know what? I could see that, because how it went down, because he's almost like it took over him. And it was an improv situation, was I found out too. That was not a script for him to do.
Oh, the dance?
Joaquin just did that shit.
Okay.
Yeah. He just did that shit.
That's wild. Okay.
That's wild as fuck, yo.
Yeah, it's like, nah, man. You know what I feel?
Here we go. Keep shooting.
You better light this motherfucker.
Fuck.
Shit, move that shit. Yeah, let's capture this. All right. Wow, that's a mind blower.
Oh yeah, man.
Okay, so was that the only improv dance sequence? Like, did that inspire more as
I am more than sure that he improv a lot. Just knowing I'm an actor, son, as we all know. And certain characters.
That actor guy, right?
That's me. Hashtag that. Though you can look it up. If you go on like a social media like Instagram or Twitter, and you type in hashtag that actor guy, like all of my shit just comes up. I'm always using it. They might have a few white people and buku of me.
Yeah, first thing pops up is fuck them.
And me, nigga, fuck them kids.
Fuck them
kids.
Saying that's that shit.
I always forget I said that. Improv moment. But yeah, son. But certain characters just naturally allow a lot for improvisation. When you play somebody that's kind of off kilter mentally, a script can't capture the fullness of someone that's off kilter mentally, because certain things that person isn't even in control of or know that they will do in any given time. So I feel like that would naturally lend and lead to improvisation. Certain characters that talk a lot of shit, you know what I mean? That's why when you watch certain comedies or, you know, some shit talking character, a lot of times they cast comedians, because comedians are just good on the fly coming up with funny shit, because those type of characters oftentimes, you know what I mean? You all know that person. They don't know what the fuck they're about to say, but they just say some crazy funny shit, and it's like, boom.
Yeah.
So sometimes you gotta let it riff.
Right.
So Joaquin have to, Ty Phillips would have to be like, yeah, this was improv, that was improv. But I just know in some interview that I know they specifically said that was an improv situation. I was like, let it take over you, Joaquin. Let it take over you.
Yeah. I mean, it worked. I mean, like this whole thing like is really like focused and telegraphed. It feels in a good way.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know the whole thing, man. How did you how did you feel about let me phrase that question better. I'm sorry. Were you completely, I think I already asked you this, but were you completely just not falling for the, Alan Fleck maybe, Arthur Fleck maybe Thomas Wayne's kid? Were you like did you ride with that at any point, or did you like, I know that's not the case?
I half rode with it.
Okay.
Only because one, the Phillips from Jump said that they were straying from comic books. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't think it was, but I didn't think they were above pulling that. Two, that rumor dropped before the film dropped that they might do that. So I was already prepared for something like that to happen.
Word.
But I just kept hoping in my heart of hearts that it was going to be a swerve.
Oh, okay. That you hoping that wasn't the
that
case.
Stayed on my, like, I was like, please swerve me. Please don't let this stick. Please don't let this stick.
Word.
So when it didn't,
yeah,
I was so freaking happy because over the whole time, you wondering why like his mom just is so smitten with Thomas Wayne. Thomas Wayne, Bruce Wayne's dad, is running for mayor, and you know what I mean, and he's supposedly this super great guy trying to be mayor and shit, and like Arthur's mom just keeps going like, yeah man, she keeps sending letters to him feeling like he'll help her because one of the models of Wayne Foundation, his company is we're all the family,
right?
You know what I mean? So she felt like he knew we were living in squalor. You know what I mean? He would hold us down, and we don't find out the answer to what happened with her till later on.
So I was listening to another show, and that's what's kind of crazy about this movie and the things that are left up to interpretation. But they also argued that on some level you could argue that Thomas Wayne is his father or did set this up and just sort of doctored these files that this woman committed and stuff. Very much so reach. But it's like, yeah, everybody's fucking reaching. It feels like there's a lot of reaching. Like when you listen to everybody else, it's like when you leave the door open for this much interpretation, I'm like, well, Jesus Christ, man, what movie did you see?
But see, certain things I can argue, certain things I can't. You know what I mean?
Bro.
The reason why you can't argue that it's really his dad is specifically on the performance of the actor that played Thomas Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
He reacted so naturally, like that was so ridiculous, and oh my God, you really don't know. You know what I mean? That your mom was fucking this nuts. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't react with any layer of he could be lying. I understand there's con artists out there, but like if they wanted that ambiguity, the director would have told him to adjust even the slightest bit to give some reasonable doubt. He gave none. He thought it was the most preposterous thing ever that his mom even put that in his head. You know what I mean? Like it gave, like he almost laughed like, damn, you really don't know how crazy your mom is. Oh, here go the rundown. Because even Paperboy, when he popped up, he read the file. I was like, damn, you got fucked over, son. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like.
That nigga called him Paperboy.
I'm sorry, dog. No, that's the homie, dog. I won't play him like that, but, what's my name?
No. Brian Tyree Henry. No. We always say his name.
I know L-Dub is on the other side.
I didn't mean it. I just thought it was funny. I know you didn't mean it
because even still, you know what I mean? Like, it did Thomas Wayne, because I think people listening, of course, if you have had to have seen this movie, if you listen to this spoiler review, there's a point where you know what I mean, Arthur believes that Thomas Wayne is his dad, and he even takes his ass over to Wayne Manor to visit.
Puts his hands in Bruce mouth.
Wayne is outside, and he
playing at the front fucking gate. What?
He chokes up Alfred and shit.
Yeah, Alfred. I mean, that's. Little bit of a bitch move. Little bit of a bitch move, Alfred. Little bit of a bitch move, Alfred. You ran away pretty quick. I mean, what happened to all that training, brother? What happened to that?
I mean, I guess
some people just want to watch the.
I guess that's
what
that
happened.
outfit. I mean, I guess that's not the outfit that got military training.
I guess
But
so.
my D, when he had that interaction with Bruce Wayne, that just made me want to see him be Bruce Wayne's Joker even more. Because like even the illusion, even not the implication that his riot may have killed Bruce Wayne's parents. And that he visited Bruce as a kid. A 12-year-old ain't gonna forget that shit.
Yeah.
You having that personal connection to the rise of this villain, my nigga, it would be such a cool dynamic in the future of that film.
It would intertwine you forever.
Dude, Batman Forever, fuck you. But I'm just saying, dude, like I would love for him to be this Bruce's Joker. To me, once again, because it's Gotham, I'll accept it. But these guys were kind of over the top. I understand that they were drunk, so I give them that. But damn, are people that mean on the regular? People are like always so mean to him that at times it bordered along. Okay, come on, guys. Is everybody? Do everybody just hate this man?
I mean, he really could not.
He's a magnet for fucked up.
Don't get me wrong. Like, I feel like New York, and then at this point of no cameras, really, you know what I mean? It's
because it's Gotham.
Yeah,
we're already programmed to believe that Gotham's fucked up.
It's Gotham, right?
If you told me that this was, I don't know, California, I'd be like, niggas on subways ain't just bullying clowns on California, dog. I like this.
I guess, it's just, Gotham is the worst. Like, the worst vacation spot ever.
And that's fucked up that this man got fired because of that gun situation. But of course, Arthur, you're fucking crazy. Now, how is he so good with the gun?
I mean, bro.
How is he so good with the gun?
Bro, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, that was the one thing that I think that was so fucking justified. Granted, yes, my man, you do have a gun, but you're at a children's hospital, bro.
No. What all I'm saying is it proved more of Arthur's freaking offness.
Oh, yeah.
The fact that, my G, that you would even think in your mind to even bring, like, you ain't thinking in your mind. You are really simple or crazy or something's wrong with you, buddy.
Yeah, and just
you thought it was cool.
Granted, I love that whole moment though.
It was hilarious.
Like, it was a terrible decision, but love the moment.
I wanted this movie to have more dark humor like that because, like the scene with the little person where the door is locked and he can't reach it. And you have the suspense on you wondering, is Joker gonna kill him? Because this is when Joker makes that switch over and decides I'm killing people and shit. And like,
which was like 20 minutes left in the movie, right?
Yeah, it really built.
It built. I wanted to spend more time with him there though in that state.
You're right.
It would have been cool because I mean, like, I feel like we invested some time, man. He could have gave me like, I don't know, a good 30.
Even though it was an amazing kill.
It was, and you know, you just gotta kind of accept it.
You set me up to get fired, and you gave me that was. Then you got the nerve to come and visit me
as
like partners or something.
Yeah, bro, like you
murdered this man.
Yeah, he kind of had it coming, but
ain't no kinda.
I mean,
ain't no kinda.
Yeah.
So like, Bruce Wayne laughs at the idea that he could be his son, which makes him decide he need to go get his files and his mama files and shit. You get the files from Paperboy, and he found out that he was he stole that. He stole them files.
Oh yeah, man, they have a tug of war.
Oh, I was like, Paperboy, your big ass can't get this photo away from little ass Arthur. Don't cast Brian Tyree Henry if he's gonna have a tug of war with 150, 130 pound Arthur Fleck. I don't believe no size Joaquin Phoenix can handle Brian Tyree Henry.
You gotta love
the little one.
You gotta love the moments though. Like, but Brian Tyree Henry, you bring him in, baby, because he comes in for a day. That's how my man works.
I mean, hey,
you know what I'm saying? You need a man for a day. He's your man. But like, the cool thing about him is that he played a lot of shit without saying it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, all those moments where it's like, you said you're a son, right? Like, processing all of this shit. Like, there's a very good chance he does not know he's adopted. And you're reading all this shit.
He don't know that he was molested by his mom's boyfriend.
Right.
He don't know he was chained to a motherfucking radiator or something and fucked. Like, what the fuck? Like, and the boy went through some shit. He don't remember.
He's playing all of that shit on his face as he's getting those files. And he sees your boy's not all there.
Yeah.
Your man's having a little trouble there on the other side of that fence. You know what I'm saying?
You the boy I'm reading about?
Right.
Brian Tyree was like,
get the fuck out of here. But anyway, you know, we already know where that was going to end. You know he was coming back.
Yeah, man.
So-
And meanwhile, also Murray somehow got his tape of bombing.
Shout out to and like in the moment I was kind of like, this is some fucking bullshit.
Oh, you thought it was in his head?
Well, no, I'm just I just thought that in the movie. This is another moment. This is a moment where I call bullshit because I'm just like, we have a video camera. At or like it was in the 80s. Like we got a video camera in the
That
in the
is
comedy
such
club.
a now sensibility to be filming things.
Everything,
like that.
yeah. And it's like, and I justified it at some point the next day by saying, well, maybe Murray and this club have some sort of arrangement where
My niggas,
if we have,
I'm gonna fill in these blanks for y'all. Come on.
yeah, I'm like, they have an arrangement like, hey, this is where I can get hot talent.
Yeah.
This is where the next up and coming folks come. So before they actually come on the show, we can kind of send in a videotape. You can kind of see. But just so happens we videotape this dude bombing.
And
so
I think
he'll
that's
take
what
this
forgives
footage.
everything for me.
Uh-huh.
Is the fact that he bombed.
Yeah.
In his head, he didn't.
He did not.
But he bombed, and I think that's what made it work for me. I can see, once again, it might be my 2019 brain, but I can see someone getting that kind of tape to him, like, nigga, this nigga bombed so bad, and he's laughing, and he's so weird.
And he didn't realize it.
You know what I mean?
realize
That
it.
dude, look at this. See, I could see something like that,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, getting to him. Or I'll allow it, even though you're right.
Right.
It's pretty fucking convenient for the film.
Right.
Especially where the film goes with him.
Yeah.
You're a huge fan, and you're a huge fan, and then of all places,
shit.
your tape ends up on your idol's freaking show, and it got to lead to you shooting this nigga in the head. You know what I mean? And it's like, okay,
Well, the
all
plan
these
was for
things.
you to shoot yourself. But we all knew that wasn't going to happen.
Well, that's what you claim the plan was. Visually is what they told us the plan was. But when you get into it, I think he really was.
You think that was the plan the whole way?
I think so. I mean, man, I think, okay, I think at some point, if I was to watch this movie again, I would see when he changed his mind. Because like you said, he got invited on the show. Because the reason why I feel like he knew he was going to shoot Murray, aside from, because you're right, in the film, he practiced shooting himself, and that's such a joke he would probably have. Arthur, I can see why Arthur would think that's funny. I'm going to get back at you. Here go the joke of all jokes. Boom. You know what I mean? And they're kind of alluded to that in his journal. Like he said, I hope my life makes sense. Spelled like money is funny. So, but when he has his meltdown on that show with Robert De Niro, and he is very in tune with the fact that he was being made fun of. Like at first it made it seem like, oh, he think they like him. But no, he was like, no, you brought me up here to make fun of me. You thought I sucked. You hear me? That's what made me feel like, oh, he's gonna kill this nigga. Like, oh, this is the Joker then. You know what I mean? Like, he was planning to kill this nigga on camera. At some point, he decided to, before he even walked on that stage. Because he was so resolved, he was so resolute. When he walked out there, it just seemed like, okay, my nigga, it's about to go down.
Oh, I feel like somebody was going to catch a bullet. I felt like when he walked out there originally, that was still the original plan, was to kill himself. But I can't remember exactly when the moment was, because there's a moment where he's going through that in that book and stuff, and I can't remember exactly when it is. But like, I do feel like there was a moment where you kind of saw something click, and whether or not that was the moment where he decided to shoot him, I don't know. But I feel like they had a couple of interesting exchanges there where it could have. I feel like at some point in that in the interview, he decided he was going to shoot him instead.
I think it was before the interview.
You think it was before the interview?
I think he at some point was like, "Fuck this, man." Like when he got the taste. Because once he started killing niggas.
Because bro, your boy, the producer came in there and told him, get this motherfucker out of here,
dude.
And he said, nah, let him rock his shit, let him do his shit.
You knew Rob was gonna die, or at least me. When Rob,
word, man, maybe. But I don't feel like his plan though in that moment was to kill him, dude. He just advocated for him.
I'm just saying, no, I don't give a fuck. He came in there on one knowing I'm only here for you to make fun of me. When he admitted that he knew that he was only there to be made fun of, that made me go, oh, because he knew it was the beginning of the end. They're already looking for he running from the police. They're already looking for him and shit. So I think he already just trying to go out on his hurrah, like he trying to get all the revenge. You feel me? Because like, you know what I mean? Like, why did Thomas Wayne punch him in the mouth and the nose? Like, I understand you feeling the way. I think we talked about this. Like, if you punching him for touching your kid, you should have made that the thing from jump. not all his other shit. I would have made that connection, but it seemed like you punched him because he was weird.
Yeah, you were a little
And then
freaked out.
you brought up the fact that, and you touched my kid. No, nigga, if you was gonna punch about the kid, you would have had this polite exchange and narrative dump about his mom and all this shit.
Right.
I'm surprised he didn't go kill Thomas. I guess it just was his own karma he put out there that Thomas died off of his inspiration.
Yeah, it was almost like just sheer like
manifestation.
Random. Manifestation. Yeah, fair enough.
Karma had
That's
his
a better
back.
way.
It's like, yes, he's the one I didn't get to, but I got to everyone else.
Yep, there we go. We're gonna send it.
It was a very interesting scene when he sat in the refrigerator.
Oh yeah, like this. I like
they just did things sometimes.
This movie had like that's what I was saying. Like that first 15 minutes, like it really is just sort of a slow character study, and you got to kind of like really be interested in the Joker and sort of alternative like introductions to sort of his origin. You know what I mean? Like, because I don't know basically in the comics what they've assigned to him exactly.
There's nothing,
right?
That's why a lot of people didn't want to have a Joker movie, because some of the beauty of that character is that he has that there's no established origin. Even the Killing Joke, the caveat and the out that they give is he says, but I always like at least that's how I feel today. I like my origin to be multiple choice. So that's the caveat of everything that you read the entire. Yeah, that's what you know what I mean. You read the entire comic, then you find out, oh shit, he could have been fucking with me. That was the inspiration of Heath Ledger having a different origin every time in The Dark Knight. It was a shout out to the multiple choice option that Joker always has in his head, and that's why people wanted the connection for this movie of maybe a lot of this didn't happen. We won't know. Maybe ambiguity. So. So in the comics, people just love the fact that you really don't know for sure. There was even a theory that they started at one point that there's really 3 Jokers, and they never really followed up on it much. But that was some theory that got thrown out there that was told to Batman, and I really wish they had like cleaned that up. But this as a version, as an Elseworlds tale, I can get behind, but I need like they talk about Joaquin is open to a sequel. I don't really want a sequel. I just wish some of what you wanted, I want as well, which is to see some of the malice and intellectualism, like because right now he's still kind of a like. The only flares of the Joker that we will see happen in that Murray interview, when, like I said, he was very in tune with how people view him, how he was being perceived. Because for the longest, you just think he's like a dullard. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, that's how he just comes across. He's just simple. But then you realize, well, he's not simple. Like, even you get a flash of him when he talks to that black lady, like, you don't listen to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you just be saying shit to me. Like, he has these moments of you wonder, oh, he's
he's much more lucid than you think
he is. Yeah. And I really wish there was
going through the motions with you.
I wish there was more intentional, like he was very intentional when he killed your boy that wronged him, and very intentional about letting that dude go. Mm-hmm. Like you said, even if there was like 1 or 2 more scenes of not Joker the accidental killer, or not Joker the in defense, but Joker, I want to do this to you, I'm doing it, my own reasons, or I think this is funny, because he really did admit that he thought it was funny killing them people, and do more of it. I'm not saying make it a blood fest, because I like that we could say it wasn't the most violent thing, but maybe 1 or 2, maybe just even another 1 more scene of something, because even the implied deaths of Zazie ain't enough for me, and that was really scary right after the Botham Jean murder for me, to see a white motherfucker go up in a black person's apartment as if it was theirs, and she finds him there and is fucked up. And like as soon as he opened the door and sat down, it fully came aware to me like, oh yeah, none of that shit previously was real. Like I just knew that she didn't know him. I just knew it. Because it was so weird how he was touching the door and stuff. I was like, aside from the fact that y'all whole romance was weird to me in the beginning, but her like Zazie played it nice too. She played it perfectly. Like
I rode with that the whole way. Like what the thing is that though we did have that moment though where he shows up at her apartment and they start kissing, and that nigga just eases his way into it, and it's like, damn, y'all fucked just like that.
The whole relationship rang false to me.
The whole thing did, but like remember that moment though we stopped and looked at each other like,
"Yup,
nigga,
dude,
like something don't smell right here." No. But that moment, like I rode with them though. I was kind of like, okay, if that's what you're saying, I mean, something ain't right here, but okay. And I went with it. And when she starts talking to him and talking about, do you need me to go get your mom? I'm like, hold on, chick, you was just at the. Oh shit, maybe you weren't at the hospital. And then they start going through all those scenes, and it's like she really wasn't there. And it's like the whole thing of her, like, I'm telling you, dude, I think somewhere there is a scene where we at the very least see Zazie Beetz get it.
I don't think we see it, son. And you know how scary that's to be, like you in your house, you see this crazy looking white man who you saw in the elevator. You know what I mean?
You know, had a pleasant exchange with you.
Yeah, a little, and then the last thing we see is him doing the motion with the gun to the head that she did as a joke that becomes very much more sinister if you believe he kills her right after. Because she asks him to leave. And on one end, like I said, he didn't kill the little guy because the little guy was nice. So maybe he spared her because she's nice. But on the other end, dealing with the fact that he made her up in his brain may have been too much for him. Makes me feel like he would react negatively to having to be that embarrassed and deal with, oh shit. I'm like, you know.
I could believe it also too, because then we transition right into this next scene
where he kills his mom.
Where he kills his mom, yeah, just with ease.
And now it feels like he's on one.
Yeah, you know, so
because he kills those other guys and he cool. Not cool, but he don't become a bloodlust. I think he's kind of guilty of the fact that he liked it. Is what we kind of come to find out that or whatever. So he's still.
I mean, everything is personal, really. After, well, I guess if we begin.
But what I'm saying is no. It's like I'm saying. Okay, no, what you about to say before I say what I'm saying?
Oh no, I was just gonna say that every murder after is personal.
Exactly.
If we're beginning with Zazie.
That's what I'm saying, because he didn't kill anyone directly after those guys. Like those murders went viral, and once again in that time it's just shit went viral.
Their version of viral,
Their version of viral, and like I said, it's a reach a little bit to me that it started this whole fucking movement just because some random dude with a clown mask shot 3 dudes. Like I feel like
you're meant to infer, a lot more to that than they actually give you. Like it's like the
he should have done
they're
other
going
kills
against the 1%er, but
it's like of rich people.
Yeah,
he should have killed more people for that to start a revolution to me. Because it seemed like, because it's so accidental, because he's so away from it. When they ask him, is he wearing the clown thing because of them? He's like, hey, God, I
don't believe in anything.
Yeah, I'm just on my own shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what I mean? To say that it got that big, I feel like it should be more than a one-off. Like, a revolution started off a one-off. I would rather it be more. But once again, maybe Gotham was already the powder keg waiting for something like that to happen. Maybe that's the narrative that they're running with. But the fact of he really snapped upon learning his history. He learned his history because of Thomas Wayne. Went left, couldn't take it. Thought he was going to get some comfort by Zazie because he thought she was real. Oh shit, this bitch ain't real. Embarrassment. And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Murk her, murk mom. You know what I mean? And then he still has his invite to the Murray Franklin show. You dig? He's practicing all these things. He dyes his hair green. Like, now we're on the verge of he's going there. Murray called him a joker, so that's why he's calling himself Joker. Because, like, right after that, he got the green hair and he painted his face white. And then, like I said, the next personal kill was one we talked about was a nigga that played him, that whole cool-ass scene. And then we have him, on the run from the cops. Like, everything from the Zaz, from finding out the mama fucked over him, all those kills become personal.
Yeah, and just real quickly, can we get the Joker to give the Flash some running lessons? Because I'd rather him run like that
than Ezra Miller
than the way Ezra Miller.
And I just need Ezra Miller to get fired. I don't.
Oh, that hasn't happened already?
No, he's technically still under technical contract.
Technically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
Now, hashtag.
Yeah. Sure.
Hashtag not my Flash.
Yeah. Technically Disney and Marvel were in cahoots with one another. Well, I'm sorry, we're fighting with one another at one point over Spider-Man. Sure.
Shouts out to Spidey. But one thing I will say, I think this was an amazing scene, the Murray Franklin final scene with like the rising tension, like both actors played this perfectly. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And even when he went in his jacket, you think about pull out the gun, but he pulls out his joke book. And
yeah, because you swear that's what it's going for. Yeah, like they tease us.
They played with tension, quite nicely in this film.
Oh yes.
And and when we like, you just know, I just know like, Robbie, you about to die. I just don't know when it's gonna happen, and it just gets so uncomfortable and more uncomfortable and more tense, and boom, it's an explosion. But
yeah, I guess like just in general, you walk into this scene thinking there's no way he's gonna kill himself.
Murray keeps sticking him and shit. Knock. Oh, it took you that long to kill. Like he's just
you have to look that one up.
And I'm like, dude, this man just killed at least 3 people.
Yeah.
You don't even
you may not want to fuck with this.
Man.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with.
Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with,
so
son.
You know. Oh shit!
God, he blows his head off. Yeah.
Doesn't he shoot him again too?
Yeah, he shoots. He fills his body up on TV.
Okay,
and that's such a Joker thing to do. You know what I mean? Come on TV, do something huge or whatnot. Like, we have a Joker. Put him in the freaking Pattinson film. Stop playing. DC, throw the money up there. A rumor has it Jared Leto felt the way about DC going forward. They go more the shots right there. I'm going forward with the Joker movie. With Joaquin Phoenix, his feelings were hurt.
His feelings were hurt
because he wants to be the Joker, and it's like, honestly, y'all.
I mean, I think the world has spoken. We don't want you, and that's the thing. Like, don't get me wrong. I dig Jared Leto.
Yeah,
you are just not our Joker, sir. And I think the world has spoken. You gave it one hell of a fucking shot. Like, don't get me wrong.
I didn't hate it.
Feel like. I didn't hate it. I don't want it. Is what I'm saying.
I would. It's a for me. It's a Henry Cavill situation of I would want to see I would want to see him get a full movie before I really would judge what he do, because a lot of shit was apparently left on the cutting room floor.
Nick, what you think? What you think is like? You think? I don't know. I don't think that there's anything left on the cutting room floor.
I feel like another director in another script. Jared Leto could do a pretty cool job. But I'm of the opinion right now that Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Harley Quinn is all we need from that universe, and scrap everything else. Like, I'm just like we have a brand new Batman, and I'm very anxious and excited to see, because I really feel like we about to have a Michael Keaton moment in our generation. I think Robert Pattinson is about to shock everybody. I'm telling you, we've seen it happen too many times, dog. I'm putting money on it, dog. I feel like he's about to shock everyone and murder this role. And
I think so too.
I think that's, if you have the Keaton moment, son, I think it's gonna happen, son. So I'm very excited about this film. So, like, I'm ready for a new Joker. And this film just gave us new Joker.
Yeah.
But they're so adamant and ardent on, no, this is not going to cross over with Batman. Jared Leto is still under DC contract. So he still wants to be Joker. But I don't want him to be Joker opposite Robert Pattinson unless they switch up a lot of things.
I mean, I don't want it. I don't know.
Like, I'm excited about newness. Like, I want to see a new interpretation of Joker opposite Batman. If it can't be Joaquin, there's some guy out there that's ready to probably murder it. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think. I mean, they got so much going on. It's like, and isn't that Batman meant to be like a standalone Batman, like not meant to be, part of anything else?
Allegedly. See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think they're saying that specifically to have a fresh start, so you won't try to connect it with what's been bad.
Right.
So, like, the smart thing is to say we're in our own universe. Soft, like most people in the know have been calling it the soft reboot, but everyone knows that if that thing is successful,
then spawn off.
Come on, Wonder Woman is still out there with her sequel coming. Aquaman is getting a sequel. They you know what I mean? They're still trying. And like once again, J.J. Abrams apparently, along with you dude from we spoke on this from Guardians of the Galaxy.
James Gunn.
James Gunn. Like the big rumor is those two about to like headline the DC universe for the future. That's two big names that could really steer them if they really do it the right way. So you know. They're still gonna they're gonna be a Justice League at some point. Period. Is what I'm saying.
Once they get it.
Once they get the right pieces.
Yeah. Once they get a better taste.
Because there's the rumor that they're recasting Superman. So we're going to get a new Superman. We have a new Batman. They're going to keep the same Wonder Woman. They're going to keep the same Aquaman. We have a Shazam that I can fuck with.
Being Superman is like the fucking Madden curse.
It is. But
you know what I'm saying? Like you have a shitty season. when you're Superman, nobody wants that responsibility.
I think the next Superman film is going to be great because specifically because people see why the last one didn't do well. Man of Steel, I really like Man of Steel, but I see why it wasn't everyone's favorite. But then Batman vs Superman ruined Superman to the point of the next nigga that's going to write the script.
Alien.
I mean, he's dark, and Superman's supposed to be the beacon of light, the beacon of hope. He's the one that inspires all the superheroes. He's the one, they got it right in Justice League when he came back from the dead.
Yeah, I mean, at least they did that.
And that's what I'm saying. The fact that DC knew that, and they made him lighter and brighter and said, all those dark colors. The fact that they knew that adjustment needed to be made lets me know that they're only going to greenlight a Superman film that has him being that. Marvel showed you how to do modern Superman by doing Captain America. It's the same temperament. People can get with the all-American good guy. You just got to make him you got to just make him in on the joke as well as, you know what I mean, that there's a way to do it. Like, your boy Chris Evans' Captain America showed me how Superman can be done. And
because, I agree with that.
Yeah. I always thought Captain America was going to be lame.
I thought he was going to be the blandest fucking Avenger in the fucking bunch. And I'm like, this nigga, like, even from the first Avenger, which isn't one of my favorite movies, but one of the best performances, because that's when I got on board with Steve Rogers.
Yes.
Is the first Avenger.
Chris gave him layers. Chris made him interesting. Like, I really dug Cap, and I feel like you can do the same with Superman. So that's why I truly feel that like the adjustment in Justice League lets me know that they're gonna go to their roots on Superman. I'm telling you, I got it. I feel it in my gut. The next Batman movie gonna be great. The next Superman movie gonna be great.
It's just we don't need any more origin films anymore.
Yeah, I'm glad, but the next Batman movie is not origin. I don't need to see the Waynes get killed no more. They're the most killingest of killed.
They're even in this movie getting we didn't need to see him get killed in this one. Also too, they had that final shot where we pan in him on the dead body with Bruce Wayne and his parents sort of lying dead next to him. Like, that would have just been enough. Like, we didn't need the whole pearls getting snapped and shit all over again. I'm just
the reason why I go, like, because I've heard both sides of that. Like, like, because we do see them get killed a lot. You know what I mean? The reason why I go with them killing the Waynes in this film is because you made Thomas Wayne a character in this film that had interaction with the Joker in this film. You know what I mean? You made him the mayor. You put him on TV. It was his people that got killed. He's the one who spiraled. In a way, he got himself killed. He's the one who told Joker that the truth, which really is the thing that really sends him gone to being the Joker. Killing them dudes led him to violence, but finding the truth out made him the Joker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I think we had to see him get shot, and it'd be weird just seeing him get shot and not seeing Arthur get shot. So I see why you had to kill him again, because otherwise we don't know who these people is on the ground. So and once again, since like if you didn't make Thomas Wayne such an integral part of the story, then just showing the bodies as an implied thing, we like,
fair enough.
But you made him part of the story. Yeah. Once you made him part of the story, we got to see what happens. He punched this man in the nose, man.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It's just
And when you get
we see him get killed a lot. That basically.
No, you're right. But on its own, if it wasn't in the context of we always seeing him get killed, it makes sense. I understand why. Like you had to you had to show him get killed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And again, when we get to the end and it goes black, we don't see how he gets into the mental institution. We don't see him get arrested again. We see him get it. That's another thing. Like we don't see him get rearrested, and then we jump to him laughing as if he's just been telling this whole story.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that leads people to be like, not everything necessarily was true, because we have an unreliable narrator. And once again, we have the exact same like avatar for a black therapist.
Right.
That irony is not lost on a lot of us. And my question is, did he kill this lady?
I mean, I thought that was exactly what they were trying to
Because they showed the blood on his fucking feet. So he killed the lady, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And then we see him running around the madhouse. Arkham to be,
Scooby-Doo.
presumed. Great film, dog.
I mean, yeah, I was, just not high on it, like we said at the beginning, and like this movie is just filled with pockets of character moments that I just enjoy. I mean, this is something that, it's one of those things where it's like, for me, I always feel like the definitive question is, do you want this movie? Do you want to own this movie on Blu-ray or DVD? I want to own this movie on Blu-ray or DVD. You know what I mean? Like that. This is one of those things I'm gonna go pick up one day. So, it's definitely one of the a go out and see it. You know, somebody was I think it was my coworker who was like, it was talking about making plans to go see this shit all over again.
I mean,
and it's like, after. But the thing was, after the next day, we kind of just broke it down to my other coworker, and we were just kind of going through the moments. And like, by the time, because when we were having our conversation when we had finished the movie and we were like, we were on our way home, I kind of wasn't quite exactly sure how I felt. I knew I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would, but I didn't quite know how I felt about it. And then the next day,
and I was on the same corner of, I'll say I'm still processing. I don't quite know how I feel. I know it was a good film, but I want to like it more. That's why I was at it.
And the next day, we just like ran the whole thing, like almost beat for beat for my coworker, and I was like enjoying it. I was like, nah, this moment happened.
Yeah.
And then this
when
thing
I'm
happened.
running it with somebody else, and when I'm listening to other people talk about it on a podcast, especially because I saw, like, I maybe listen to one that might have been mixed on it, but like when you listen to people that love this movie talk about this movie, I can help but be like, okay, that was tight. You know what I'm saying?
Right? Yeah.
Like, okay. It's like, your enthusiasm just gave me the enthusiasm about it too. It's just like I said, I think some of the baggage of the bullshit just like was weighing on me going in a little too much, because I got a friend of mine, shout out to my nigga Paul, who we went back and forth about this heavily. So it was like in the back of my mind, I'm like, I don't want Paul to be right. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I don't want him to be right. I don't want, because my gripe was that people telling people, we spoke on this before, telling people not to see the film because they just knew from the trailer that it was a movie that was giving sympathy to white boy terrorists, domestic terrorists.
Right, okay.
And my gripe was, how can you tell people not to see the film when you haven't seen the film? Like, if you see the movie and that's how you feel, talk your shit. But watching the trailer and then making these think pieces and hopping in your statuses, telling people, no, I'm not about to see that sympathetic to domestic terrorism movie, that the incels, and I'm like, yo, like that was bothering me. And then my nigga was saying, well, like, people can make an inference that what it might seem. I was like, I hear all that, son, but they will not get respect unless they see the bitch. I can't say a movie.
Right.
So he's like, what about movies that get praised? I'm like, bitch, I will not. If you tell me a movie that you've never seen is the best movie in the world, I will not take what you're saying seriously. As much as how can I? So it was one of those things of like, I was watching it wrong. So even having it play right now in the background, and don't ask us how, right now, pulls me in a manner that makes me just reaffirms what I said at the top of this podcast of, I think I'm going to really dig this movie upon further viewing.
Yeah, I think that's quite possible for me as well.
It was
what I look forward to is sort of like a director's commentary, like that. That's what I would like.
Yeah, that's going to be amazing.
To home viewing, But like this is something I would definitely watch again. I enjoyed it.
Nothing else to say, man. Great movie, guys. Like, again, I didn't want the movie, but no, I'm not mad that you made the movie.
Yeah.
Again,
I'm happy with what you came up with.
Yes, I didn't. And like, there are certain villains that you can give a film to, but just don't run up Batman's fucking villain. Like, there may be some, like, innocuous villains in comics that y'all ain't even thinking about. They'll probably be better suited. Because they've been doing that on the Sony end. They want to get Craven the Hunter movie. Craven don't need a fucking movie.
No, he doesn't.
Jared Leto is Morbius. Why do we? You don't need a fucking Morbius movie. But
well, another that's what I wanted to say too when you were mentioning it earlier about Two-Face having his own movie and
Morbius got more legs than Two-Face though, because at least he becomes his own anti-hero.
Yeah, but like
Two-Face
like you've played the Batman Telltale games. I think that was the first season, right? Where you dealt with Two-Face.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like I felt like, well, you know what? That was actually interesting. That was that like I found that sort of interpretation, that story of him. Like, what if we just sort of took Bruce out of it and just maybe kept Selena or something? You know what I'm saying? Or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what if we did something?
Like,
I don't know. What's the anchor? I don't know.
The
But
tragedy
I'd
of Two-Face is that he was such a great guy and he went dark. I understand that level of it, but you also measure it against the fact that he was Batman's friend that he couldn't save, and that adds more to that tragedy. Which is that dynamic. In some interpretations, is Bruce Wayne's friend. In some interpretations, it's just Batman's colleague and friend. Either way it goes, you see a good nigga go bad, and it was a motherfucker close to Batman. So it's just weird to just see the story of him with no... But you still gonna put him in Gotham and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how weird that is?
Yeah, I mean, like, the way they did this, it's like, well, no. They're, like, the way they ended this movie, even in this reality or world or Elseworlds, there will be a Batman based off of
Bruce Wayne.
There will be a
And the thing with Joker is since you've never given him an established origin, and he like never dies, and he's almost sometimes people wonder is he immortal? They've all kind of questions because he just is like everlasting. That's been a part of his character. So for you to be like, well, maybe he existed even before Batman. You know what I mean? You can argue it. You know that Harvey Dent was scarred while being a prosecutor in Gotham, going at the gangs, and Batman and Commissioner Gordon existed. How are you going to put this lawyer in Gotham without Commissioner Gordon there? Then how are you going to have this situation without Batman? Like, I mean, that's just weird.
It would have to be pre all of that, though. Right?
Then we're doing Gotham series again where all the villains popped up when Batman was a kid. I don't need any more of that. But before we get up out of here, man, we got an email that I meant to read at the top, but
okay,
let's read it on right now.
All right,
it's from the homie Peanut. Long time. It's been a while, y'all.
Say, where the fuck is my review at?
Life has been happening with educating these kids, so I haven't had a lot of time to catch up on the podcast, but I'm finally at a place where I'm caught up on all of Reviewing Dat and working my way through FlyWithBats and AWB. Anywho, just a few things to get off. That in-time review is a bummer, but more so because I had a feeling that y'all were going to take a royal deuce on it, which we didn't. We did not take a royal deuce on it.
It wasn't a royal.
We got in. We took it to task, but we did like a lot of it as well.
Yeah.
The concept was interesting, but the execution was lackluster at best. I'll give it a notch above lackluster. It kept my attention, but it's like a oneer. I think that's what we landed on. It's like one that you watch once and just leave it alone.
Yeah, it's like the first experience is the best one.
Yep, really. And when you're young. But shit happens.
Right, word.
No harm, no foul. Bats, you been guessed my next suggestion, which was Sweeney Todd. But it's too much. I knew he wanted it, but it's too much coming out. I've never seen it. But it's too much coming out for that to really be a priority. So y'all get to it when y'all get to it. I'm patiently waiting for the Joker review because holy shit. Yes, Peanut, we just did that. I'd love to hear Black Actopedia sit in on that show to hear his opinion on this dark musical. I think that's talking about Sweeney Todd, though. I enjoyed all your reviews of Lion King, Aladdin, and other pieces y'all deconstructed. It's really dope to hear actual actors dissect and break down your craft the same way my nerdy ass listens to various and sundry sports talk shows where they break down sports. I really dug the Euphoria reviews. I'm hyped that show every chance I got because it was so well done. I can't wait until they drop season 2. The Boys should get an ep by ep review as well because how dense that show was. The Boys was amazing.
It was. I enjoyed it.
I think Watchmen just dropped. When is Watchmen dropping?
Oh, I don't know.
I think Watchmen just dropped.
Hold on, I got to go. Let me check.
Because that's another one we got to add.
It's got to be a Sunday show.
Watchmen's going to be amazing. I'm so ready for Watchmen. We going to review Watchmen, y'all.
Or I'm gonna watch it when I get home if it's on there.
Me too.
It says season.
That ending had my head tripped out for a while. You're right. The boys ending had you fucked, and then it just went off.
It's not the only thing that's there says a coming soon thing.
Well, look up when the date is for it. It's not gonna tell you that yet. Google the date. Bat, you said it on the previous show, but I'll be in town later this year. I'll inbox you the dates, and would definitely love to get up with y'all and chop it up. I really appreciate the invite to sit in on the show. Whichever one you guys decide, I'm cool with. As always, keep putting out dope content and positive vibes and energies to all your future endeavors. Peanut. Yo.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you, Peanut.
Shout out, Peanut.
Appreciate you, Peanut.
Appreciate you, brother.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for keeping it up.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
We did review it though. In all fairness,
we were keep saying we totally reviewed it.
My dude. We talked about it.
We got in depth.
We sat here and talked about it.
We watched
Here's a preview. It happened.
Like
for real though, man.
But hopefully we did your Joker review justice enough to make up for the entire review. Right. Possibly not being. It wasn't great enough for me to want to sit through it and break that one down. Other things we can give, like I said, shots on this movie was amazing. Acting on Joker was amazing. Like everything just kind of just worked. The look, it was really, it really felt like them old school freaking Scorsese films. But fuck Scorsese because he doesn't think comic movies are cinema. He said that. He says comic book films are cinema. They're more like theme parks.
I mean, like
Logan says hi.
Sure.
Logan says hi.
Logan says hi.
Joker says hi.
Word.
Dark Knight says hi. Daredevil season 1, 3. There's a bunch of movies that and TV shows and comic book properties. Watchmen. I mean, not Watchmen. V for Vendetta says hi. That are like a bit more dense than you're giving it credit for, my dude. You obviously don't watch them.
I mean, yeah, he's. I think he's from. He's just from like a different like time period and way of thinking, like just what cinema is supposed to be and what like going to the movies is supposed to be. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? I don't follow Martin Scorsese's career in that manner to know sort of if he has to sort of beg for, you know, money to do whatever with Robert De Niro and Leonardo DiCaprio, you know what I'm saying? And these Marvel movies get like 200 million thrown at them, you know, just as a starter, you know what I'm saying, off some property that you know maybe nobody's ever even really heard of. It's like, who are these people? It doesn't matter, you know what I'm saying? But I want to tell this story about that, you know, I don't know. I feel like it's an older kind of just way of thinking, and it's like, you know, you're entitled to that. You're wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, like, you know, how old are you, Mr. Scorsese? You know what I'm saying? It's like, look, listen, it'd be cool if we could change your mind, but I feel like you're more on your way out. Yeah, exactly. It's like I'm trying to say it nicely, but you're just gonna say it. Cool, awesome. I'm like you're more on your way out than you are here. So I mean, it's cool if that's how you feel. That's so not gonna change a damn
legendary, amazing filmmaker whom I will watch The Irishman or whatever the fuck name that movie is because I dig a McLean majority of his movies. This dude here, I have no problem with.
The Departed.
Even one of my favorite movies ever. Once
Again,
but I will see all of his great things
Casino,
about him,
dude.
only for me to say this. I do not still in the same breath mind shitting on him because in all of the films that he's ever made, he may have only employed 2 black people. So there's that.
Oh, it's not like he's very friendly with all of the niggers.
Nah, he don't like the niggas. I don't care what nobody says. Scorsese.
Yeah, he's not a fan.
That's the thing. Me as an actor, I can never have to even worry about burning a bridge with Scorsese because he doesn't employ black people anyway.
He doesn't do that. He doesn't. No.
Shouts out to Tyler Perry Studios, man.
But like it's cool. Yeah, but you know the thing is like nobody really calls him to task for that. Has he ever really been called to task for that?
I don't know.
I mean, there's Sam Jackson in one movie.
We
so kill him. Like, well, everybody basically dies.
Anthony Anderson in another.
Oh shit, that's right.
And that's the black people that Scorsese films.
Right.
Those are the black people. In a long.
Well, he uses them when they're called for.
Yeah, exactly. To die.
To die.
Yeah, guys. Shouts out to Tyler Perry, Tyler Perry Studios. That is such an amazing venture. This man's studio is like big enough to fit every other studio, and still have acres. He flipped a Confederate goddamn plantation, my nigga. He's going to freaking have an outpost and going to take in people, the LGBT and battered women that have been kicked out of their homes and let them have a place to stay there. And one of the coolest things, and also he named the buildings after legends in the game. And he gave every lead that's ever been in one of his films their own star, like Hollywood star, on his studio lot.
Makes me think back to those days where I don't know, we kind of already did this on the show a little bit, but I was like, makes me think back to those days where I was standing in line at his plays at the theater,
at the Sanger.
At the Sanger.
Yeah, I used to watch it
waiting to get a CD or a fucking t-shirt. Well, never really a t-shirt. I wasn't into the t-shirts, but I was always into the program and the playbills and stuff. I always bought a program, $5 program and stuff. So, but it's like it's dope to remember it from there.
I used to take my girlfriend to Tyler Perry plays. I thought that was clip, nigga. I was playing in high school, bitch. That was high school, boy. Yo. They wasn't on that.
We gonna get some. We're gonna go see Medea, darling. Yes, we're going to theater today.
Yeah, bro.
We're gonna blow your mind here real quick, all right? Now,
but
you ever laughed before, darling? Here we go.
But so I just got to say shouts out to that, man. I'm gonna say shouts out again, most likely on the next episode of Fly with Bats, because we're gonna most likely cover that. But when I'm talking about motherfuckers not giving black people a chance, my brain instantly goes to a motherfucker that, once again, I'm gonna say this over and over. You ain't gotta love all his shit. Love him or hate him. You have to respect Tyler Perry, because he was giving black people jobs and keeping our faces on screen at a point when it wasn't trendy. It wasn't the hashtag diversity. It was legitimately this nigga just telling our story. So he took that from being a homeless nigga in New Orleans to being a force in Atlanta to now, you know, the first black man to have his own studios. You're going to hear me sucking that dick about that for a few episodes to come.
Word, okay. Heard.
No pun.
Heard.
But, this is that actor guy, Martin Bats Bradford, man. You can find me at Martin Bats Bradford on Facebook, at Mr. Bats, spell that Mr. Out. You're going to find another cat on Twitter and Instagram and all that. Hit us up at reviewingdat@gmail.com. You refer it, we review it. That's how we do it.
That's what we do.
You feel me? Hit me up at flywithbats@gmail.com if you want to talk some acting while black shit or anything to the main cast. Shouts out to that Black Actopedia. Shouts out to Elvis Joe 504. Shouts out to D Mac. You know what I mean? And man, for this episode of Reviewing That, share this here, man. Let people know. Let them know. Send them to our Joker review, man, because we had a lot to say.
That's right. You can find me, Marty, MartyEdwards 504 on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. And I always told them when I was a kid that I wanted to be a comedian. And everybody laughed. But nobody's laughing now.
Let me sit inside this refrigerator and contemplate how I'm going to end the world.
Yeah. Somewhere there's someone with a camcorder. In the 1980s, that camcorder must have cost you $600 for your... Nah, that's actually pretty cheap.
I want the footage of him exiting the fridge.
Right. I know, dude. Did you get it? Did you get it? Alright. He got out that bitch in character, I guarantee you.
Freezing.
But yeah, you can find me MartyEdwards504 on Instagram, Twitter, and Snap at the chat. Also go to LorrainePictures.com. Click on the Your30 tab where I co-host the show there with What's His Name?
Black Actopedia.
The Black Actopedia. Also known as The Arrogant Observer. Your30 with Marty and The Arrogant Observer. Check it out. That's all I got, folks.
Damn.
Yeah, we did that.
He killed that lady.
I mean, y'all make it real hard for me not to believe that this motherfucker didn't kill her. But I'm just like, nigga, why not show it? Give me a little something else. Like, give me some blood on his fucking shoes as he's walking back to his apartment you did with the other chick.
Too obvious.
Too obvious?
Too obvious.
Too obvious?
Yes.
Nigga, give me a hint.
Y'all did it perfectly.
Give me a hint.
That was the way you do it.
I don't know, man.
Both Martys out.
Word.